news tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster?
Dalek, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Is this world protected? Because you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello. I'm the Doctor.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Matt Smith was indeed the Doctor. Will he be back in the 60th anniversary? Well, a lot of people think so, right? A lot of people think so. I kind of think so too. It'd be weird that if he isn't, right? But I don't know. I mean, like, honestly, they're keeping everything somewhat wrapped. We're supposed to get the big reveal any minute of the Tardis because it's been leaked online. Maybe, right? Maybe. Has that been leaked? Has it been not been? I don't know. We'll look at the picture. We got a ton of stuff. Look, I should have opened up all these pictures to start with. That would have been smart on me, right? I knew I forgot to do something. Here, one second. Let me just put all these images again. Now, where's the picture of the Tardis? Because like you're gonna want to see that at some point, right? If indeed it is, I can't really tell. It can't. Well, I could tell you if I knew, but I don't really know. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't really know. There we go. Got the pictures together. 1 second. I didn't open up the iCannon. It didn't do anything. Look at me. I was actually, what I was doing? I was finishing off this weekend's episode of Millennial Rights. Right, 1 second. The big problem with doing this, right? Here, Millennial Rights, Craig Hinton, freaking awesome. But the big problem with doing it is I got the I take the text from a PDF that was clearly scanned, and there's been a lot of like mistakes in it, right? There's a character name called Harker who they always changes his name to Marker, right, in the scan. So I keep having to read it, read it from the original, read it from the PDF, read it from the Word file I made from that to check all, make sure they all tally. But I've been reading it so much, the pages have started falling out. This one, I'm gonna have to get it rebound. But it's all a learning process, baby. It's all a learning process. Lot going down. There's a lot going down that we do. As always, there's always a lot going down. What can I tell you? There's my on the home front. It's been a bit tense, right? It's been a bit tense well, I don't know. Tense is in the calm before the storm, which is kind of how I feel the whole world is right now. The whole world feels it's like kind of the calm before the storm. So my daughter, right? My daughter and my son, they share a car and they share it. The alliance is kind of like the Master and the Doctor in Logopolis. It's like which one's going to throw him off a radio telescope first? I don't know. So this is a son who's engaged and my youngest daughter. They've always clashed a bit, right? So this kind of it calmed down a lot because my daughter had this job on a cruise. Well, she was away. She was going to be away for like 8 months, but sadly, she was very good at this job, on a cruise, right? And she was much better than her boss. And so the minute she left, they fired her. And she hasn't even got her stuff back yet. My wife is driving her up to the port tomorrow to hopefully get her stuff back. Now it's back in dock. Like they fired her with a text, and man, they loved her on the like crazy. But again, that's a problem, right? That is the problem. Never, ever, ever be more important than a somebody who feels somewhat mediocre. I have to tell you, psychology is 98% of everything. I was working on this project with a rabbi of mine, a rabbi friend of mine who I really like, right? This guy, it is my hope, right, that if the Messiah comes, right, there's that we don't. All the rabbis today aren't really rabbis. Was it rabbinical ordination? It's kind of like a it's a memory of what it used to be, but it was used to be transferred. You used to like lay hands or something, but that's been lost now. It's supposed to be the Messiah is supposed to bring that back, right? And you need 2 rabbis to make a 3rd rabbi. Rub them together, see what happens. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. No, but the Messiah can make 1 rabbi, right? Somebody is anointed the Messiah, he can make a rabbi. So I'm hoping this guy is the first rabbi, right? He totally deserves it. In my opinion, he totally deserves it. But he's a smart guy, right? And he had quite a good job working for this. I have to say, very good client. I found this client freaking fantastic. He'd written a book of Jewish wisdom, shall we call it? And he was basically having this rabbi rewrite it and set it out for him. Well, anyway, doesn't really. But he brought me on board to the graphic design, and there was tension between the client and this rabbi because from my lowly point of view, I was like, look, essentially this is a vanity project, right? I mean, I think the book is pretty good that he's putting out, but essentially it's a vanity project, and this rabbi is greater than the author of it, right? And so I always said, look, you got to really make him feel superior to you. That's the job, not the writing. That's the job. So same thing with this. You got to navigate people's neurosis. By the way, God, that crazy bloke, right? Mentally ill bloke. I think he's mentally ill bloke. Emailed me again. I mean, like, I know, leave me alone, mate. I just and I was saying leave me alone because. I don't know how mentally ill he is, right? And I don't want to be responsible for him hurting himself or anything like that, which I could be, right? Which I totally could be. So, I'm just trying to stay out of that, quite frankly, because he's bonkers, bonkers. Anyway, as I was saying, so now, my son who's engaged and they're running around to getting everything ready for this wedding. They need the car a lot, but so sharing it is. I mean, there was an uncomfortable truce, for the first few days, right? But then, it all blew up. Like my daughter was really mad. Like the day after that big engagement party thing last week, right? With the war affairs, the whole thing, right? And she's like, I can't believe it, right? I arranged that I should have the car today because I have a doctor's appointment I booked three months ago, and he just took it. He didn't give a shit. She was all mad, so I was mad at him, right? I was pissed off with him, right? It turned out it wasn't that wasn't the case, right? It wasn't the case. That was the she missed out the important fact that that she nobody agreed to that he'd already been scheduled in the car and nobody had agreed to this change. They were going to pick out wedding dresses in the morning. It was a thing, right? It was a thing, and she had always planned not to need the car, not to use the car. And she kind of just changed it on her own, unilaterally, and she said it to one person. They kind of nodded, but anyway, she took it. So anyway, it all blew up, right? It all blew up like in a mushroom cloud you couldn't imagine. So I came up with now my father name. You have different names for dad. Dad, daddy, whatever. I'm called Tati, right? Tati. It's a Yiddish word meaning father. So I came up with the Tati Carter, right? I came up with this brilliant document, right? How we can achieve peace in our time. I was waving around peace in our time. The problem is this, though, that my daughter just was like, I just don't want to deal with this right now. And it's been a week, right? So we're waiting for the calm before the storm. And now my son now has finished his exams. He and his fiance are off in a lot doing a scuba diving course, right? Weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure they're not sleeping with each other, right? I am reasonably confident of that because they get married soon. And generally speaking, religious people try not to have sex. Well, I say religious people try not to have sex before marriage, right? But I don't bloody know, right? I don't know. Like the thing, like a year or so ago, when I was like got mentally ill, right? That's why I empathize with the mentally ill guy, right? When I got mentally ill, it was basically because you know, like I discovered that the entire community was really kind of just full of shit, right? They were like, essentially, we had the ex-rabbi, who was very much an ex-rabbi now. I mean, still alive, but he just like took a lengthy piss on Judaism. Like we call it the Torah. He like by desecrating these laws, right? Very public. And nobody and I thought nobody gave a shit. And it turned out like just nobody. No, it was like, and it wasn't even on their radars because I think they had two things going on. They have in their mind like the rabbi is always right. You must honor the rabbi, right? And so they couldn't make the cognitive leap to understand that he was doing the things that he was doing, and those things were wrong, right? They couldn't get it. And it was the weirdest. It was like Blackadder trying to teach Baldric how to do math. You know, like Baldric, we got 2 beans plus 2 more beans. What does that make? 3, right? You know, and I said, so I talked to people about it. Nobody understood, right? And it's like, and I went through all the stages. So this is this breaking of Jewish law, and they're like, yes, it is. And if somebody does that, that's how it is. Did he do that? And he did this. Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Their brains couldn't comprehend it, and it's just they couldn't connect. It's the weirdest thing. So I say, religious people generally don't. I don't bloody know. Right? Like, look, for me, if I didn't care about like this central law of like talking shit about each other, which is like so verboten, right? I don't like being religious Jewish isn't freaking cheap or easy. I tell you about all the shit I have to do all the freaking time, right? How much I got to spend for this and do that and this. It's not like why do any of it if you're like, oh no, that bit I can't be bothered. That's the easy bit. That's the free bit. I mean, good God, I don't know what to tell you. I do know what to tell you. We live in weird times, mate. We live in weird times. I got a lot of stories I want to go. Let's go over this one first, right? Because this one really, really irritated me. Now, here is a basic truism that all sin, all evil, right, is somebody having their power and misusing it, right? Like somebody once described theft as idolatry. So I was like, oh, I'm on the wrong page. There you go. Well, like, why is theft idolatry? Like, what's the connection between the two? So, well, basically it's like this. Like, God said you should have this much in life for you to achieve your maximum greatness, right? This is what this is the basic idea that God puts you in a position he wants you to be better than you are, and he makes your life circumstances like that, right? He puts you, and so if you steal, right? One can all the time, you're in a sense you're denying God's plan for you, right? Which I thought was quite an interesting take on it. Anyway, so I think, but aside from all the religious crap, think about it. Every evil is an expression of somebody using their personal power in a way that it shouldn't be used, right? And like from murder to rape to everything is a misuse of one's personal power. And I think this story very much illustrates that, right? So this is just blowing up right now on the interwebs. This story, moment 7 officers drag autistic girl 16 kicking and screaming from Leeds home for committing the hate crime after she told a female cop, "You look like my lesbian nana," right? So that sounds bad. No, that sounds bad, right? Until you see it and it gets a lot worse, right? This woman is cunty face, right? It's the only fair description of her, I think one can give it. Look, so I got the video here. It's shocking, right? It's absolutely shocking. So this says, this is what police do when dealing with autistic children. I mean, like they should have said they were trans, right? They should have said they were a trans kid, right? And then they would have been, oh, fuck me, we better roll out the red fucking carpet and chuck your balls off, darling, or cut your tits off. I don't know. It's stunning and brave. My daughter told me the police officer looked like her nana, who is a lesbian, right? The officer obviously took it the wrong way. Oh, and you wait till you see it. She is fucked off beyond fucked off, and she's destroyed her life. She is up shit creek now, this woman, because it's gone viral. Was it? The officer obviously took it the wrong way and said it was a homophobic comment. It wasn't, but man, that's the only crime in England now, right? The officer, that person is murdering somebody. Is he gay? Said no. Well, it doesn't really matter. My daughter was having panic attacks from being touched by it. And again, when you see it's horrifying, right? And they still continue to manhandle. I mean, just the idiocy of this. But check this out, okay? 7 cops come for this.
Just made a comment.
Maybe they were there anyways for some kind of disturbance. I don't know, right? You got to try and like look at things from everyone's point of side. But man, you watch her face.
In her own house. You've got her on camera. She hasn't said anything to you. Don't matter. She never got cameras on. She's getting arrested.
Don't matter. She's getting arrested. The kid's fucking autistic.
She's not getting arrested. Why are you doing?
She is fucked off, this woman, right? He said, yeah, she looks like a lesbian now. You look like a dyke, darling. I'm sorry, you look like a dyke.
It's coming, don't worry. She hasn't done anything. She's autistic.
She's fucking hiding under stairs, you cunt.
I don't care. She's autistic.
I don't care. I have the power. Me. And yeah, this is why, this the toxic fandom, that's why they love power so much. What makes them be able to do things. Used to be money used to make you be able to do things. Now it's power.
Okay, I'm telling you, I've got Eunice coming. She's going to be arrested tonight. Wait till the police officer's coming. I'll explain what happened. If I get put in, that's why we got her on in the first place. You big fucking bitch, what me if I get put in.
Okay, she's punching herself in the head straight because she's distressed.
Calm down. She's autistic. Can you stop staring at her, please? She's got autism.
This woman couldn't give a shit. She is such a cunt.
Can you just stand there? She's in a cupboard. She can't go anywhere. She can't go anywhere. Stand there, dear. They're going to remove her for what? Because you're bothered. Then she said the word lesbian.
I mean, this is because she said she looked like a lesbian. That was it. Literally, it was it. I mean, I tell you, America is a mess, right? America's a mess. England's fucking worse, mate. England is worse. And I love England, don't be wrong. Nah, just look at this woman. Oh, she's evil, right? And look, that's what evil is. Evil is like banality.
She's a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's not homophobic. Look what you're clenching your fist. Go away from my teenage daughter.
What is up with you? Right.
There is something wrong with you, mate. She didn't aim it at the police officer.
It's not homophobic remarks at my colleague.
It's not a
made a homophobic remark at our colleague. What fucking world do we live in? Go and get some fucking murderers or rapists and gangs of kids looting fucking Oxford Street yesterday. Go and do something fucking useful, you useless cunts.
Homophobic remarks. She said, I think she's a lesbian like Nana.
She called. If you want to bully people, you'll just get one of them badges there. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, at this point, they should get a fucking clue and go, maybe we should get like some, I don't know, community liaison officer or something in here. No. Blah. Fucking idiots.
Where'd it go? Where's this? Does it go to right under there?
She's autistic. She don't like people touching her. She will have a meltdown.
What's your name?
She won't come out. She's got autism. I'm Lisa.
Talk to her so she can come out. Because we're trying not to do this, aren't we? We've been trying for a long time.
She's not coming out because she's autistic, you idiot moron!
But she hasn't done nothing, no. That officer out there has assaulted me for no reason. She's got autism. She's autistic.
Yeah, but they're all like closing ranks, aren't they now? Right? Idiots. Like, what happened to right and wrong? Right? What happened to right and bloody wrong? I'm here, one second. Let's look at this woman's bloody... I mean, look at her. Yeah, she got fucked up because she called... somebody said she was a dyke, and now she wants to torture a kid.
If an officer decides to arrest her...
She wasn't arrested.
No,
they brought her up.
She's under arrest.
No, but she was going upstairs and she made a comment to me and that officer ran in my house and assaulted me and tried to get to my daughter for now.
If you want to make a complaint about any of it, that's fine.
I am going to.
That will have been on.
I am.
Oh, I think more than a complaint. Again, this has gone viral. Yeah, I'm going to give you the address of the tweet. I want. Please share this, right? Please share this. Because it is going viral.
I'm going, yeah, because it is on, and she has.
Now under arrest.
She was full of rage, and she ran in the house, and she barged me into this corner.
This is horrifying. I mean, this is absolutely horrifying. At first, it's a 16-year-old. I mean, I don't understand this shit. I don't get it. I also explained she has severe scoliosis and twisted spine, so then pulling her arms will cause her extreme pain in her shoulders. Yeah, this is just completely unnecessary, right? This is completely unnecessary. I wonder why the audio has been taken off this. I mean, like, again. You morons, like 7 fucking police for this cunt, right? Really? And look at her. Look at her. She knows she's out of line at this point, right? She totally knows. It's just crazy here. The one-time master is like connect the dots. I think you're right, James. I mean, look at this, like. This is what's important to the police. Oh, we got to be LGBTQ plus. And nobody, again, did anybody have any problem with anybody being gay for the last 30 fucking years? Right? I mean, honestly, did anybody have any trouble with anybody being gay for the last 30 years? No, they didn't, right? Now it's like crime number and look, oh man. It's a disgrace. It's just disgraceful. So here, one second. Let me post the tweet in the comments. Oh, that's the other thing. I had to. They disabled some features on my YouTube account this like 4 in the morning. Like be able to post comments, right, and pin comments and post links on the video notes because I think it's because my thumbnails are too salacious, right? So I had to like film my face on my phone, but now they let me do it again. Look, yeah, this is just one angry woman who was clearly bullied at some point. But yeah, please retweet that, right, and let people know because it really is disgrace. I wonder if it says anything that followed up. 16-year-old girl was arrested for saying that looked like. Why is somebody being arrested for saying that she looks like a lesbian, right? That shouldn't be a crime where you get hauled away, right? It shouldn't be. Let's see, there's any follow-up. Yeah. Look, this woman's life is not going to be going so well. This was recorded by the girl's mother who uploaded TikTok. Good for her. You see, this is a good thing about the world we live in right now, right? That entitled cunts like this can't do things in the shadow of secrecy, and they love secrecy. They love being able to do things in the quiet, right? They also took it the wrong way. Is there any follow-up to this? And again, does this people not have a brain in his head? No, he doesn't have a brain in his head. That's the problem. They don't have any brains in their bloody head. Again, you should have had a some kind of liaison officer come and de-escalate this, right? Tell her to somebody should have told this uptight cunt to calm the fuck down, right? And stop making a tit of yourself, right? When you watch the video of which the police are referring to here, this statement raises more questions than it answers, including why did it take several police officers to arrest a non-violent autistic child who was clearly in distress? What was their statement? Have they released a statement? My daughter, panic attacks. Dogs and cats tweeted, I can't. Okay, somebody saying called dogs and cats. I tweeted. I can't believe that kind of reduces. So what, have they replied or anything? The girl's mother, she made the comment in her own house. She hasn't said anything to you. The mother, yeah. It's like this is not good. West Yorkshire Police Assistant Chief Constable Oz Khan has said, "We are aware of the video circulating social media. Good, right? Which, as is often the case, only provides a very limited snapshot of the circumstance of the incident." Really? Okay, so let's maybe it's different this time, right? Maybe it's different this time. I don't know. I just don't trust authority in any way. I'm sorry. My brother-in-law was here for this engagement, and it was great having him, right? But he's from California, and they have drunk the Kool-Aid, right? They actually at one point they was talking about how hard it is for his daughter to find a house there. I'm like, really? I thought people were leaving I thought people were leaving San Francisco in droves, running, screaming from it. There should be something. No, the houses are still a ridiculous amount of money there. But he was talking about climate change for a bit, a moment earlier. And I was like, look, honestly, I don't really buy anything from authority anymore, right? I mean, look, once you have doctors saying, yeah, it's a good idea to cut your cock and balls off to a 7-year-old, I'm not really up for anything else they have to say, right? They've lost their credibility at that point. And also doctors in general, when they all stand around and go, yeah, that doctor's saying the right thing. That's normal. So officers had their body-worn video cameras activated during the wider involvement with this girl, which provides additional context there. So what's the additional context there? Just tell us, right? Additional context is that this woman was a cunt. Okay, fine. We have received a complaint in relation to this incident, which is currently being assessed by West Yorkshire Professional Standards Directorate. Well, listen, if they come out smelling of roses through that, then maybe you want to replace them as well. Well, the ongoing process of is an active criminal invasion, limit our ability to fully fuck off. Oh, fuck, that's just weaselly words, and you fucking know it. But people do that, right? People do that. Yeah, look, I'm glad they shared this. I'm glad it went viral, right? Yeah, this is the good side of the internet. But again, doesn't matter what religion you are, what your worldview is. The root of all evil, and it really is the root of all evil, is a misuse of one's personal power, right? Which we see that right across the board. I think we're going to see quite a lot more of that soon. This is the incredible thing. Do I have this over? Yeah. So everybody talks about how Trump's going down. I think he's going to be sharing a cell with Biden. Yeah. Although I am pretty convinced they are going to lock him up at some point. Right, I think they're going to say it's a flight risk or something like that because he keeps doing too well. Right, he keeps going up and up and up. And again, if you lock him up, he's going to become like Nelson Mandela. Is that weird that Donald Trump will end up like Nelson Mandela? It's wild, right? It's wild. Check out this out.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah, this is always going to end with the Bidens.
Yeah, one second. Look at that.
Coming in front of the committee.
See, this is how they control perception of reality. Perception of reality and everything. 332 minutes on Trump's third indictment. 4 minutes 50 seconds on Biden's business deals. And they're basically. I saw Jake Tapper from CNN say, "I don't even understand what the allegation is. It's that Joe Biden took millions and millions of dollars, using his son Hunter as a bagman." To sell influence and to Ukraine and China, which might be something to have some connection to the relentless shit show that we live in right now. So right now they released this yesterday. They have the bank records saying they received $20 million from these foreign business deals, which Joe Biden was involved in. Here, but let's hear Kobe say for himself.
We are going to subpoena the family. I mean, we're putting the case together to win in court. Obviously, with all the opposition and obstruction we're getting from the Biden attorneys now, we know that this is going to end up in court when we subpoena the Biden. So we're putting together a case, and I think we've done that I
think they're putting together. I mean, how much more solid a case can you get? And I don't think that McCarthy, the Speaker of the House, Matt Gaetz was freaking awesome, mate, freaking awesome that he held his feet to the fire and made him take on like a MAGA agenda to be able to get the job, because they had just enough people to stop it. And again, I just see this as the hand of God, right? God, because I think God's looking at us saying we're really shitty, right? We've been very, very shitty for a very long time. And so, you know, he gave the Republicans the bare minimum they needed, right, to be able to get this done, and it's getting done.
Very well. We've shown the bank records. If I had subpoenaed Joe and Hunter Biden the first day I became chairman of the committee, it would have been tied up in court, and the judge would have eventually thrown it out, because at that time the narrative was, well, they never took any money while he was vice president. He never had any communication with his business associates, and the money never came from China. We've had to go every step of the way and prove the media narrative was wrong, and the vice president and the current president lied.
I mean, like, why is it hard to prove the media narrative wrong at this point, right? I mean, surely the media narrative is like that. That should be your default. And I mean that this was Fox News too, right? The media, I mean, you've always got to assume the media narrative is a narrative, right? That is completely full of doo-doo, right? Completely and totally full of doo-doo.
Caught Joe Biden in so many lies, I can't even count the number of lies now. So we have put together a case that I think would stand up in any court.
It's probably around 7. I mean, it's not that many, but it's enough.
Court of law in America, and we hope to hear from the Biden soon. But I wish the media would ask the president, what exactly did your family do to receive this $21 million that the House Oversight Committee has proven? He just...
Oh, we fired that Ukrainian prosecutor who was looking into them. That amongst the things that we did.
Continues to say, well, that's a lie. That's not true. We have their bank records, Maria.
Right.
Bank records don't lie.
Congressman, when are you expecting to subpoena Joe and Hunter Biden?
Well, we want to talk to about 3 or 4.
It's going to take some time, but it's basically it. It's going to they want to subpoena a couple of other people. They are doing this well, but man, they are moving faster than any other committee that I can't remember. But I have to tell you, for me, okay, I think Trump will be president, and he is the guy who I would back more than anyone else. He's not the best candidate, right? The best candidate, hands down, is Vivek Ramaswamy. He is freaking awesome. So this is him taking a flamethrower to the climate religion. It's incredible.
Climatism.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I think it refers to an ideology that says we have to abandon fossil fuels and carbon emissions at all cost to stave off existential climate risks.
All right. Everything this guy has done throughout his entire campaign has been perfect, right? He has supported Trump, and he has been critical of him too, right? In a way, and like this guy is almost certainly getting is on the shortlist for Trump's VP, and probably will be if Trump's in jail, he'll probably be the front runner campaigning. That would be awesome, right? He could do rallies. This guy, and here's the thing: he talks to the normies. He talks to the liberals in a language they can understand.
For humanity. I think that is a religious conviction. It is not a scientific conviction. So I think we have to reckon with the facts to say that are global surface temperatures going up? Yes, it appears to. That's a fact.
But because of the emission of carbon?
Because of broadly man-made causes, including but not limited to the emission of carbon, and also non-man-made causes. Yes. Is that an existential risk for humanity? No, it is not. Does that mean that we should abandon or even abate the use of carbon or carbon dioxide emissions? No, it does not in my book.
So right now the liberals' heads are going, no! No!
I think the right question we should be asking is what advances human prosperity? That's what I care about. That's what I will care about measuring as the leader of this country, rather than obsessing over a cult of carbon.
Okay, here's a bit where I think he drops a bomb beyond bombs.
People point to the 101-degree water temperatures in Florida, or the heat waves throughout the country, or the unparalleled storms and climate events. How do you respond?
I respond by saying that if the same shoe fit the other foot, and you disagreed with that policy and somebody else were picking up anecdotal data from the middle of Arkansas who didn't go to Harvard, you'd be laughing them off the stage as a bunch of rubes who didn't know how to follow data based on anecdotal evidence.
And you know what? Nobody can argue with that. They're all like, yes, that's exactly what we would be doing. Right? Exactly what we would be doing. It really is. And they know it, right? They know it. And they're like, but he speaks that language. He understands. Also, he gave a spanking to Mike Pence, which, oh, man, Mike Pence is vile, right? I can't believe that I used to like him, but he is just vile beyond vile right now. It's a real shame, right? Like how much he degenerated. So basically, right, he totally had the ability to reject the votes coming on January 6th, right? He had the authority and the ability to do it, and I think the responsibility, given how much malfeasance was going, how many weird shit was going on, right? And you know, people say, but it was a Trump appointed this, a Republican that, a Republican. What are you saying that only Democrats can be corrupt and moronic? No, that pretty much goes everywhere, right? So anyway, Mike Pence swipes at Vivek Ramaswamy in an interview with Unity. Look, go against him, Pence. You see how far you get. After Ramaswamy said he didn't believe the findings of the 9/11 Commission. I understand he was probably in grade school on 9/11, and I was in the Capitol Hill. Okay, arsehole. So okay, you will get my vote just for taking a flamethrower to Mike Pence. At Mike Pence says he was deeply offended that I don't trust the government, what the government told us the full truth on the 9/11 Commission report. Well, I find it offensive that our government repeatedly lies to us. And yes, here's the truth. The FBI quietly declassified documents in 2021 that definitively reveal the government lied to the public about the basic facts of the Saudi Arabia's involvement in 9/11, which is really weird, right? But yeah, there was a Saudi jet, right, on 10/11, I think, that went. The only plane flying was a Saudi jet, picking up all the members of the Bin Laden family and getting them back to Saudi Arabia. I think they needed probably, to be protected, at the time. But yeah. Until documents were declassified and they changed the story 20 years later. 20 years later when nobody cares. Omar Al-Benyomi, a 42-year-old graduate student, welcomed, housed, and set up bank accounts and gave rent money to the first two Al-Qaeda hijackers after they landed in Los Angeles in January 2000. Yeah, they said, oh, yeah, no, we just met by chance, right? He was a member of the Saudi Arabian Secret Service, as it turned out. Where we set up the accounts and gave rent money, blah, blah, blah. In 2000, Albie already claimed they have just met the terrorists by chance. The 9/11 Commission report verified that Benjamin's altruism was in the name of hospitality claim. The FBI, 20 years later, changed the story. Exactly! Like, how can we trust you in anything? The document declassified last year, the Bureau affirmed that the Benjamin was in fact an agent of the Saudi intelligence service who worked with the Saudi government, the Saudi religious officials, and reported the kingdom's most powerful ambassador in Washington. U.S. government officials continue to lie about matters of public importance, the origin of COVID. Oh yeah, lab leak. That's racist, right? Knowledge of UAPs. What's UAP? I don't know what a UAP is, but okay, they're lying about it. Hunter Biden's laptop. How our money is actually being spent in Ukraine. How is that money being spent in Ukraine? Not well. The National Trans Shooter Manifesto with complicit media that accepts the prevailing narrative without question, and they do. They just do. That's the other thing. The one of the many ways that ex-rabbi who fell afoul of me violated Jewish law was lying his ass off about me. Right? He said I threatened him, I bullied him, I intimidated. never done that in my fucking life, right? I understand you might find me intimidating, right? People do find me I don't really know why, but people do find me intimidating because I think I strongly believe what I believe, right? And people are like, and they nobody's ever seen me do it, and they're like, yes, yeah. And to this day, they all believe it, right? As they watch them as flies fall off their idiot faces. This feels rampant public distrust. Yes, this is the public distrusting right now. There is no credible evidence 9/11 was an inside job, but ironically, when the government systematically lies about Saudi involvement and the media runs interference, that leaves plausibility to an otherwise unlikely claim. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a noble lie. With all due respect to the former VP, and I love the way he's wording that, former VP, the reason that people don't trust the government is because the government doesn't trust the people, right? And I think because the government doesn't trust the people, the people are going to choose a leader of the government to destroy the government, essentially, or destroy the what's the word? The systems of the government. So it's so Trump is back big time, baby. This is him in, what was it, a couple of days ago? This is a short clip, but it's brilliant. It's Trump at his best.
Right now, he can't.
Talking about Chris Christie, he's eating. I mean, I love the way I like.
He's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig.
Again, that is the best try. I wouldn't call him a fat pig. Don't do that. That would be wrong. That would be wrong. Yeah, man. I firmly believe he's going to be the next. I don't know how. I mean, like, it's, although, you know, Tim Pool makes a quite a good observation, right? He says that if it was completely hopeless, as they would like you to believe, they wouldn't be going crazy, throwing everything and the kitchen sink at him, right? If they could, if they just had ways of manipulating the vote counts with vote machines, they'll be like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want, right? It's a fair point, right? It is a fair point. I don't think it's as hopeless as they want you to believe, right? I do not think so. All right, well, look at one more thing, then I'll get to the chat, right? Because this is worth looking at. This is probably, I don't know, is this one of the stupidest things I've ever seen? It's got to be up there, right? It's got to be up there. So it's from the, what's the name of this podcast? The whatever podcast?
I am 25.
Now, okay. I don't know why any women would ever go on, because they're dumb as a box of rocks, right? Jubilee, she is 25. Let's hear her story.
My name is Jubilee. I am 25, and I do have OnlyFans.
How long you been doing that?
Just about like 2 months.
What got you into it?
I lost my grandpa. He's very...
Okay, so I assume that she's doing porn on OnlyFans, right? That's what anybody does. So she lost her grandfather.
Close to me. I kind of want to go with his legacy, and I kind of want to do it for him.
So his legacy is he wants you to masturbate on camera for strangers.
A minute. You want to do OnlyFans to honor your grandfather's legacy? Was he like a corn star or something?
No, it's kind of like I've been wanting to kind of like keep his legacy going.
That will be my legacy.
I don't know if I just misheard you. You said that you are...
I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, can you
say it again?
Can you explain how you're...
How is fingering your arsehole keeping your grandfather's legacy going? That's just weird, mate. That's just weird.
Honoring your grandfather's legacy.
He was a minister, so he didn't make much money. That's like a way that I thought would help out.
Wow. You said he passed away?
Yeah, he passed.
Okay, because he didn't make much money. You want to do porn so you can make money, which he didn't get to do. And he was a minister, you just said?
But
so help him out beyond the grave? I'm just confused.
You said he was a minister?
Yeah, so he did like weddings, funerals, etc., etc.
Let me get this straight.
You started an OnlyFans to pay homage to your now deceased grandfather, who was a religious man and minister.
That doesn't make sense. Do you think your grandfather, do you think he would approve of the OnlyFans? Do you think he would disapprove?
I think he would support me, but...
That's stupid! Use your common sense!
You mentioned...
They don't have any. They don't have any.
mentioned that you don't want to bring shame on your family. Do you think it might possibly bring shame on them to do nude stuff?
What do you think?
I don't think so. If I go deep down into my mom's opinion about it.
Oh no. Deep down into your mom's opinion about it.
Oh no. She might be open to it. She's a really cool mom, so.
Is your dad still in the picture?
I've never met my dad. Never met my dad.
All makes sense now.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I don't really need that.
Okay, moving on. You also do content, correct? OnlyFans.
Okay, I mean, I guess they go on to so people will to advertise their OnlyFans. I mean, look, it sounds like probably quite like my first reaction is, oh, I wonder what you look like naked. I wonder what your OnlyFans looks like. I wonder if it's any good, right? I wonder if it's any good. I don't know. Listen, I might be wrong, right? But I'm of the opinion to be good at anything, you've got to have some kind of intelligence. I mean, like, and that includes being a porn star, right? I think if you're what's the name of that woman? Oh, the one who I can't remember the name of the woman she parodied. John McCain's running mate. Sarah Palin. Fine. Okay. Yes. She played in the porn version of Sarah Palin. And also, weirdly enough, right, she was in this is where I saw her in 30 Rock, right? In 30 Rock, she played Liz Lemon. She played Liz Lemon because what's her name? Liz Lemon. Who's probably woke as hell and excruciating now. What's the name of the real person? I can't remember. Was famous for impersonating Sarah Palin as well, right? So that's how that happened. We live in strange times, baby. We live in strange times. Let's pull up some of my candy. Yes. Oh, I do like that dress I gave Millie today. I haven't looked at this pump for a few hours. Are you ready for the big reveal? Well, I'm not, but I'm prepared to take the risk. Well, I love Tom's expression, right? I love Tom's expression there. It's perfectly in Zachary Quinto. It all looked so good when they cast me. It did, and he was perfect. Oh man, he was such a great Spock, right? And I thought this movie was good. I thought the same thing of Force Awakens as well, though. Let me tell you how they fucked this one up. Badly is how they fucked it up, mate. Badly. Fine, let's get to the chat. Lonnie is here. How you doing, Lonnie? Thank you for joining us. Rabbi, I know you can only eat catfish. Eat farm cat. I can't eat catfish at all. Catfish is not kosher, mate. Super duper not kosher. Yeah, what's that? What you need fins and scales. Right, for a fish to be kosher, you need to have fins and scales. Right, there is, catfish don't have both. Right, that's what you need for a fish to be kosher. Okay, Dita and Christian are holding it, but this is my 24-pounder. Okay, fine. Let's this up. Doink. 24. Okay. Whoa! Oh, that's the big damn fish, mate. Yeah, what's that? Let me share that. That's very impressive, right? That is very damn impressive. A second. Share screen. I've got a stop screen. Share screen. Man, that was a big damn fish. Where is it? There you go. That's a big fish, mate. That's a big. I can't argue with you. Right, that is a very big. Well, congratulations, well done on your big fish. That's huge, right? That really is huge. You know, nobody ever said that to me. Oh, Rabbi, it's so big. Okay, here's the money I gave. That I guess if I went to a hooker, that's what I'll pay for over than the sex, right? Totally. We threw everything back in over £12 and under £5. Okay, Christian begged me for credit since we were both on the rod. Tell you, the rabbi's been on the rod more than once. Let me tell you. So I guess it's his fish. Well, good. Well done, Christian. I don't know who Christian is, but well done, mate. Matthew Burrows is here. How you doing, Matthew Burrows? Thank you for joining us. PD Rich, how you doing, PD? PD Rich is having a creative spurt. Maybe you're on the rod as well. Ethan Buckholder is here. How you doing, Ethan Buckholder? Catfish, yeah. Tried fried good hush puppies. I know hush puppies are good. My wife's from the south. beer and soda. I think if I was going to have non-kosher fish, well, the first thing I'd obviously go for is shrimp and lobster, which is the best. Okay, every time you have shrimp and lobster, you're right. You should go. Oh, thank God, I'm not Jewish. Oh, wrap that shrimp in bacon. Oh God, it gives me an erection, and I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but it feels so good. Okay, if I became not religious, that's the first thing I'm going to be doing, right? It will be totally bacon and shrimp. Oh my God. Yes. So good. It's so good. My teleport coordinates are fine if you want to send them some food. Oh man, yeah, hush puppet sounds good. That's one thing I remember when I was in where were we? San Francisco, maybe. Before the fall, and it was San Francisco, and we could smell the crab cakes on the shore. Holy shit, that smelled good. Oh, and then one time on MasterChef, somebody made vegan crab cakes. Everybody said were incredible, and they used nori to make them. I've always wanted to find that recipe, right? Because man, if non-Jews are saying that crab cake tastes authentic and it doesn't have crab in it, it's probably got bacon in instead. No, it's vegan. There's something in that kind of. Ruby's on here. There's a nice pair of etheric beam locators. Well, they've located my etheric beam. Let me tell you. Says Paul Taylor, you are correct. So Jordan Lee is here. Sydney Sweeney is Spider-Woman. Who's Sydney Sweeney? It would be a good spot. Let's have a look who Sydney Sweeney is. You got me intrigued. 1 second, let's go over here. Sydney. So she comes right up. Okay. I always get Spider-Woman and Batwoman mixed up. Like, which are they both gay? Lesbians, I should say. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay. 1 second, let me share the screen. That could work. That could totally work. She's got the right body for it. 1 second. Let me find a decent picture. But she's got a good pair of etheric beam locators as well, which is what I think Spider-Woman really needs. I can't remember what Spider-Man. I remember reading some Spider-Man somewhere. Okay, I'm trying to find a decent picture. Is there a full body shot? It were. She cried. I'll do, I guess. We'll go with that one. Could be better. We could have better, but there we go. Doink. So yeah, I kind of see that. I do kind of see that. Again, does Spider-Man have red hair or is that Batwoman? I always get them mixed up, right? Man, that would be an interesting threesome. I mean, I'm imagining I'm the third one in that. No, okay, that's about the best picture I can find quickly. I don't think I can put any more time into that. Right? She cried. That's kind of what I said about my lovemaking as well. Can't put any more time into that. Took me 47 seconds. I went twice as long as normal. Who are we up to? So Lonnie, Paul Taylor. Paul Taylor is here. How you doing, Paul Taylor? Thank you for joining us. Colin Archer is here. How you doing, Colin Archer? Tzvi Lebetkin. I just realised that several of the aliens that I just realised several of the aliens in that scene have never actually been to Earth. On Ventures We Saw, they might have appeared on like extremely boring Big Finish releases, which seemed to be quite like I'm plowing through the last Fourth Doctor set, and it came out 2 months ago. I got through the first two stories, which was not a fun experience, and now I'm on to the Weeping Angel one. I'm like, oh God, can it just be over already? And the Weeping Angels haven't shown up yet either. I'm about 15 minutes into the first episode. It hasn't kept my attention. James Robert McCrimmon, I couldn't stop listening to it, right? Man, you do notice the difference between a good story and a bad story. And honestly, it's all about Nick Briggs, right? It's all about, if he ever falls out with Big Finish, forget it. It's over, right? He is the anchor that makes the few Rangers they have listenable, right? He is totally the anchor. So there's pretty... There's, I mean, maybe in comic books, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Where are we up to? Matthew Burrow says Matt Smith actually plays different characters that are just riffing off the same performance. Tennant's playing been playing since Casanova. I disagree. I think his performance in Around the World in 80 Days was very different. I think his Casanova was an audition for Doctor Who, because it was pretty much his Doctor Who. Have I seen? And I think the thing is, he gets cast for basically the same type of roles, right? Because that's what people want to see him in. But I think his role in Around the World in 80 Days was markedly different, and I thought he was quite good as a villain, as Barty Crouch Jr. What else can I think? What else has he been in? Let's have a look at David Tennant. Have a look at his Wikipedia or something. Good Omens. Yeah, he's basically Doctor Who in Good Omens, like a slightly more evil Doctor Who. But that's it. He's very charismatic, David Tennant. Like, he's very watchable. Hang on, I'm just trying. Okay, I'm looking at what's his top TV shows. Inside Man. I never saw that. Broadchurch, he was different. Jessica Jones, he played a different character as well. Man, that was a shame, that show, right? That's one of the best comics ever written. A very boring TV show, right? I haven't seen Lynn Keough or whatever it is. Anything else? Nothing else leaps to mind. But again, you're getting David Tennant for his basic charisma, right? Which he has a lot. I mean, like, how charismatic is David Tennant? I'll show you how charismatic David Tennant is, right? Let me demonstrate, right? David, so it looks like, a normal David Tennant shaped person. They're like a normal bloke, nice enough guy, nothing wrong with him. What's that badge say? What is that badge? I'll show you what that badge says. You are safe with me with the trans and lesbian colors. No, you're not. Not if you're wearing those colors. I mean, not if you're a kid. If you're wearing those colors, please, Daddy, can I cut my tits off? Well, absolutely. To say no would be cruel. And we all know that coffee company, Costco, said it's okay. It's totally normal. Daddy, can I cut my cock and balls off? Well, have you used it yet? No. Well, I think you should cut them off before you do. Oh, okay. You're not safe with it. Like, Daddy, can I try heroin? Well, if that's your identity, then yes, it will be cruel. Okay, David, mate. You don't need to virtue signal so constantly and so fucking hard. Just go. And even with all that going on, I still like watching David Tennant, right? It's just the way it is. I still find him charismatic and personable, right? It's just the way it is. Doink. Fine. Matthew Brown said hello to you. The Solder Engine is it. We got a new avatar there. You got that new nice black Dalek. Yes, I'm the new Bloody Mary. Oh, I keep up. Oh, you are. Oh, she's in Time now. I'm like, really? I like that first season of that show. You're gonna fuck that up too, really? And she keeps getting work. It's amazing. She's just cast in a Netflix show. I mean, like, how much do you need to fundamentally suck at anything before I guess never, right? Never is the answer. I think, yeah, that would make sense. The other day I saw that John Sim may be returning as a master. Oh joy, seriously, sarcastic emoji. John Sim was not a great master. I agree with you. And I think Session 1 was probably a better master. No, he wasn't. Could have been a better master without with a different script, but it kind of. Do you remember the South Park where they have a Walmart come to South Park, right? And it like takes over the town, and then they find like the evil leader, at the center of it. So when you find the evil leader, like he kind of played it like that. It's not that good. The new person that for the entertainment on that ship is Jodie Whittaker. I mean, they'll be jumping overboard, mate. Jumping overboard. John Kassim is no anti-alien Roger Dogard. No, he really wasn't. Right? He just okay. The thing I think with John Sim's master is he was trying to be a manic, insane mirror image of David Tennant. Right? I think. the master has to reflect whatever the doctor is at the time. So I think Missy really worked as a master because she was kind of an amalgam of all masters, right? In the same way that Capaldi was an amalgam of all doctors. So, I think that was successful, right? Yeah. People saying us, please don't carefully. The message you're about to see, the message which follows is vital to the future of it. I haven't played that for ages. I've got to bring that back at some point. Where are we up to? I don't see Derek Jacobi reprise his role as a master. I honestly think you got to check him out on Big Finish. His stuff is excellent. Yeah, he is one of the absolute all-time greatest masters. I completely agree with you, right? Would have been pretty scary iteration of the character from the police prince before he... Yes, he is brilliant. And I would recommend the one where he goes to Land of Fiction and the one where he goes to Genesis of the Daleks. Both those ones are excellent, right? I'm waiting to finish the Tom Baker set before I finish the Master set, which has been equally came out at the same time. I like the Master's Wife. I was hoping to see her back. Oh yeah, that was quite good, right? The bonkers woman. Where are we up to? Is it Colin Archer? Zoe Lucker as Rani. I will never give up hoping. I don't know. I got to look up Zoe Lucker. Let's check out Zoe Lucker. Zoe Lucker. I mean, I can't really tell from a picture, but okay, she's reasonably hot. I can't really I can't get a bead on what she would be like. I've never seen her in anything. So yeah, maybe. Oh, Monka Magnesia. Just there you go. I did a video about you. You did one of the greatest. If it was you, right? You genuinely did one of the greatest tweets of all time about how the Doctor can go anywhere in time and space, but he wants to come to Earth to lecture you about weird gender theory, right? Well, he obviously would join the police force. Is Delgado then Gomez for me? Yeah, okay, I hear that. I mean, I really like Missy. I think that was a very successful gender swap. Missy, the only gender swap better than Missy was Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica, right? That is the gold standard. They're on box set. Likewise, late John Hurt as the War Doctor. Yes, and he also who was it? Jonathan Carey playing the War Doctor. Perfect. You can't tell. You cannot tell. I can't tell anyway, right? I think it really comes out well. In fact, I would really like him to read that what's that name of the book? Engines of War, the War Doctor book. I think who wrote that? I can't remember. I'd really like him to do that book on tape. I think he'll be perfect for that. Gunn wasn't good, says Paul Taylor, but a different character, really. I disagree. I think she was a different character, but she had... okay. The thing about Capaldi's Doctor is he was not just an amalgam of doctors, but he was like, screw it. I am the Doctor, and I'm going to lean in, right? And that's the same thing with Gomez. She had some Ainley going on. She had some Delgado going. She did. She had the how can I explain the aristocratic austereness of Delgado, right? That superiority of Delgado. She had the I don't really have to describe the weird kinkiness of Ainley. You know, although I think one of the best representations of Ainley was by John Colshaw on the only good thing to come out of Time Lord Victorious, which was a short trip where he played the Ainley Doctor, and they really nailed the character. I can't remember who wrote it, but really nailed the character. She had the insanity of John Sim, and I thought she was a very good as an amalgam of. I felt that she was that character, right? And I thought actually the finale when it was the two masters, it was Sim and Gomez. I think that worked pretty well, right? But okay, teaching you how to add up. Very small casserole. Deadly Assassin Master and the Keeper of Traken were good too, but I would place the Master Ania and Delgado on the best Masters list personally. They did what's the name? The Keeper Tracker Master, Jeffrey Beavers, quite a lot on Big Finish, and that works quite well as well. Where are we up to? Fine. Whizzing through the chat now. We live in weird times. That is true. Okay, says the Burkheimer. Misusing God's given free will. Yeah. And misusing the power that one gives you. Matthew J is here. How you doing, Matthew J? Thank you for joining us. My dad beat my mum, blimey, and hid behind the fact that he was a police sergeant. I mean, listen, I understand that. Honestly, I'm of the opinion now that all bad behavior is a symptom of bad behavior, right? When somebody, it's a symptom of trauma that was caused by bad behavior. I think probably, and again, I'm not excusing your father. I'm not excusing your mother. It was a terrible situation, right? And I think if I think he probably, I don't know, but I always look at people positively, right? But I don't know. I also think if he sat down and thought about it, he would be mortified by what he did, right? But yeah, listen, people hide behind anything, right? They do. People hide behind bullshit, and I don't care how obvious the bullshit is, right? I mean, I think we're seeing that with the weird politics of the world, right? Philip Bogart is here. That woman should never be a police officer, said Philip Bogart. Well, I think we agree there. Yeah, look, she's going to get her ass handed to her, I think, right? Charles is like rude. A judge should throw charge out. That's an abuse of power. It is an abuse of power. And the child, again, autistic. Okay, she didn't say anything that terrible. And let's be fair, that officer looked very dykey, right? I mean, like she looked like she came from the. Let me pull up a picture. I mean, like here. Let me just grab her image. If I was gonna say. Straight or gay, I would go, oh yeah, she's gay, right? Being homophobic. She didn't say you're gay, therefore you're an evil cunt. She just turned out you're an evil cunt all by yourself. Look at that. Needs to be appropriate adults to deal with those situations. There is. That's the thing. The police have so many layers of cotton wool to wrap around people. And they just decide not to whenever they're interested in it, right? Whenever they're not interested. We don't know the full story. What has just been filmed, not happened before. Yeah, but what could have happened before that would excuse that unprofessional behavior, right? If there was, again, there are gangs here. Can I find this for you on Twitter? There was like gangs of children looting stores in the middle of London yesterday, I think. Yeah, let me see if I can find that. Teenage gang. What was it? Oxford Street, I think. Where was it? Not Oxford Street. It was. Where is it? I mean, to London. Let me put Teenage Gang London. Does that pop up? No. See anything? I must be using the wrong search terms, right? Shoplifting London. Let me try spelling that. Some of the letters correctly. Shoplifting. There we go. Thing. Oh, here it is. There you go. Is this it? Oxford Street. Oxford Street. Yeah, the thing is, like, this is my stomping ground. Like, I know it well, but that's not the video I saw. That was like thousands and thousands. Well, it seemed like a lot, right? It seemed like a huge amount. Is this it? Hundreds and regions. There you go. Just grab this video. So yeah, there was like a TikTok meetup, and they swarmed Regent Street and to just like swarm shops and shoplift them. Right? It seems like there are better things the police could be doing. Right? It really does. Save video as doink. And she was just fucked off. That policewoman was she just got under her skin and she got fucked off, and she was misusing her power. Again, an entire SWAT team. You don't need you need like one community officer. And see, this is the thing. We've lost connection. Like life was better when you had like a local cop, right, who would care about the community. Somebody who would like put himself out there, right? That's the policing we need. But doesn't work for the world we have today, right? It really doesn't. Jonathan Cox is here. How are you doing? Donald Trump is now again the most indicted and acquitted president in history. Well, he hasn't been acquitted yet, but listen. I think in Washington they're going to convict him on it. It doesn't matter. He was convicted on not rape on. Was it not convicted, found liable, right, for some kind of like sexual assault when like in the busiest city on the earth, in the busiest store, and nobody saw him or it, like being one of the most famous people, nobody saw it. Biden will drop dead as he's a Buckheimer's prediction. Some Democrats will realize that they cannot use it. Well, they're definitely lining up Gavin Newsom, right? What they want it to be DeSantis versus Gavin Newsom, right? But if they knock out Trump, and I don't think they're going to, I think they're going to do everything they can to, right? If they knock out Trump, they've done so many things that should have knocked him out. Do you not remember the Access Hollywood tape? And then, like looking back now, you go, well, why are people upset about that? They said, yes. Women will sleep with you very easily if you're rich and famous. You don't need to try. Yes, that's true, right? That's true. That would have knocked out anybody, but not him. And honestly, one of the best presidents I think we've ever had. Certainly, best president of my life. I think the thing that was his biggest problem is he didn't realize quite how evilly corrupt the entirety of Washington is. Right? Again, it's like I love when we say, well, Trump appointed, but he's a Republican. Yes, they're all fucking corrupt. Yes, they are all corrupt. Right? That yes, I believe that. Yeah, I mean the only way they I mean, I think they would like to keep Biden because he's just so convenient. Right? They just need they need a guy in a suit, right? And it doesn't matter how badly he's done, but it does seem like they're lining up Gavin Newsom. Although, here's the thing. I think we keep assigning these Machiavellian clever plans to people who aren't very clever, right? And they are not able to come up with very good Machiavellian plans. And what we're seeing is just intense, insane inefficiency. I mean, do you think the evacuation of Afghanistan was malfeasance or inefficiency? Now you might think it's like was done on purpose because it was so bad, but maybe it's. I mean, look at Disney, right? Just look at all these. Like, look how these corporations completely fail relentlessly. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump need to go. I don't think so, man. I think Donald Trump was awesome. I like Ramaswamy better, but I think for me, I like there to be a completion of the story, right? And I would like him to become president and just tear down the administrative state overnight. And boy, he's going to come in there looking for revenge. And oh boy, everything they here's the thing. I think he's kicking himself now because he said he didn't listen to his own intuition when he was first president, and he listened to other people. And he said, "Yeah, I shouldn't escalate. I shouldn't send." Grand jury after Clinton, and it was a huge mistake, right? Because he expected there to be some kind of moral center, right? And no, they had none. Elon Musk said Trump will walk away if left alone. If they poke him enough, he becomes the next president. No, they poked him enough that he is never walking away, right? He is never, ever, ever walking away, right? Yeah. Yeah. They poked him enough, right? Look, I think what's it? I think stealing the 2020 election was enough, right? And I believe the 2020 election was stolen by many, many, many means, right? I'm not sure if they had fake voting machines. Maybe they did. But I think if you just look at the Hunter Biden laptop story, that's really enough, right? I think probably they did other stuff as well, but the Hunter Biden laptop story is 100% enough. Well, who cares whether she might be lying about being autistic? What's worth freaking out an autistic person just in case she was lying? Okay, again, like I think when somebody says they're autistic, right? You can't just go, "You lying cunt." I mean, you need just to with the ridiculous levels of policing, right? The levels of what's the word I'm looking for? Of instructions, not policy, of things they need to do. Policies with the ridiculous amount of it's kind of like, do you remember RoboCop when they gave him a bunch of extra directives? Right, that's what policing is now. That's exactly what policing is now. Yurik is here. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. And you say, hell to you, Yurik. Unidentified aerial phenomenon. Thank you. How do you know all that stuff? Okay. I was seriously, you answer the question. How did you know I was going to answer that? Maybe I'll know that in the next thing. I simply watched too many Ancient Aliens. Okay, there you go. Yeah, listen. Although I think the alien stuff is desperate distraction at time. Yeah, so my grandfather died, so I did poor. It's insane, right? That is just freaking insane. Nailing Palin. That wasn't. That is what did it do well because it has such a great name. Good, Nailing Palin. That was awful. That was awesome. Yes. He probably watched NROP every week at the Masonic Hall with his buddies. That would mean a tribute of sorts. I don't know what any of them mean. But Gareth Morgan, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Keep with him through the chat. PD Richards laughing about 20 minutes, half an hour ago. Man. Rabbi's wife, you're thinking of bacon again. She's worse than me. Don't get me wrong. Oh, but yeah, listen, if I want to get laid constantly, I just cover myself in bacon. That would do the trick, right? That would 100% do the trick. Nothing would be more important, right? Yeah, bacon's awesome. It's so awesome. You can't imagine how awesome it is, right? You go a year without having it and try some bacon, and then you get an idea of how freaking awesome bacon is. Paul Tosin is here. We know similar situation up my street where my mother was screaming, "I'm filming you now," about 5 police cars arriving, and yeah, look, honestly, the police are incompetent, right? And that's what we're seeing, right? Mr. Jekyll and Hyde, have I said hello to you before? I think I said hello to you. I mean, I said hello to you before. I'm not sure I said hello to you tonight. Spider-Woman and Batwoman is gay. Well, that's something I missed from the kids shows when I used to watch. I think Batwoman's gay, right, or lesbian, because I remember, and that was before it was like everybody. Yeah, that's because that was before everybody was gay, right? That made it quite interesting. Rabbi's contracted Adam West syndrome. He has the strange stirrings in his utility belt. That is true. They're not strange. They're not strange. They're very pronounced. Spider-Woman and Batwoman. Oh, fine. I've read that already. Crowley is the master. As the Master Tashin's doctor. Yeah, but I'm 3 episodes into Good Omens, and it doesn't look like they're getting a third season. Neil Gaiman says he's going to write the book. Probably better do that. You know what he should do? He should do it as a audio with Big Finish. Let him have some money, right? I think that'll do well. Man, if only Big Finish could do a streaming service, they would do very well. To quote Peter Davison, he's not that special. It's true. I might have more confidence man could wear a cap, probably. Well, they can't. I would not trust somebody with that badge. I don't. Yes. Oh, we're up to that bit, right? Sasha was awful. Yes, he was, right? He's like insane jumping around and laughing, but I think he's a good actor, right? I think he's an intelligent actor. And I think he could probably have done something really good. He played it like the meddling monk, right? Rather than the master. But again, having a useless master seems to be the right mirror image for the Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Is Jodie Whittaker's era going to be retconned away, tacitly? I think so. I think so. Right? I think Sasha better than Don Sims in Rusty Davis's run. I think Sasha is only better in that John Sims was only better in that the writing was atrocious for the Jodie run, where I think it was generally speaking quite good for Rusty Davis's RTD one. Slightly related question. In your opinion, do you think the War Chief is an earlier incarnation of the Master? No, I don't. I think the War Chief is something different, right? But that they have posited that before. And there was a very good, what was it? It was John Ridgway did the art. It was a comic strip with the First Doctor, and it was in a summer special, I think, where he's with Bernie Summerfield, with the Seventh Doctor with Bernie Summerfield, and looking back at his time as the First Doctor, and I think it was his first meeting with either the Master or the War Chief, or like when they fell out, right? And they didn't make it clear which one it was, which I thought was quite clever. Missy was a great character, but should not have been the Master. Again, I think that's one of the few agenda swaps that really worked. And they memory hold this completely. But the reason the Doctor didn't recognize her as a Master, right? Because she gender swapped, right? Making it appear that it was a weird thing to do, right? Missy should have been the Master's daughter. I don't know. I mean, if you want to do it like the Master's daughter, like the Doctor's daughter, like in that episode, some kind of weird clone of the Master. I don't know. Like again, if it was in a different time, if we weren't in this age of woke, it wouldn't have happened though. For that, because people talk about. Dan had a great stream 2 nights ago. I had a really, really good stream. Dan, how you doing? Do you want to? I'll send you a link. You sent me 2 messages, but I was already streamed by that time, so I couldn't listen to them. 1 second, copy a link. Doink. I don't know if you're still here, but if you're still here, I'll send you a link. There you go. Send me 3 messages. Blimey. There you go. Where am I up to? I just thought, he had a great stream. Went for 4 hours with podcasters, right? Because it was Doctor Who Podcast Day, which I thought went down quite well. I put my own podcast out for it. And she looks like Jodie with a little boy haircut. Oh, I saw a picture of Jodie from Time. It looks just like that, right? It does look just like that. Go to about an hour and a half before the end, where things start to get spiked, where people because podcasters aren't used to saying anything off the cuff, and they were worried to say something. Dan was very good. I would say very good at moderating that. Soda Engine, I said hello to you. Well, Dan's still there. We're only 5 minutes ago. Maybe he's still there. Who knows? Not yet, but the cost of living and all that. Well, man, cost of living is insane, right? Dad doesn't have an OnlyFans. All silk, baby. Thank you all for supporting Doctor Who Podcast Day. I'm heading off to the gym, but anyone who hasn't caught the Rabbi's new podcast, look, I'll give you the link to it, right? Let me see if I can find it first. I have to go to Podbean. There you go. Did that just come up? Fine. I got to log in. Okay, no, but I got my thing, my username, password there. Episodes, episode list. So how do I get to the? Everything is difficult. How do I get to it? Is it published? No, I just pressed the same button twice. That was dumb of me. What's this one? Share and embed. Oh, give me a bit of embedding, darling. You embed it, honey. You know you want it. Oh, is this it? Hang on a second. I think I might have just found the link. I also have it on Substack. Doink. Is this the right link? There you go. Let me put that in the chat. It's heading off the gym, said the rabbi. Never. Never. Fine. We're caught up with the chat. Let's look at SFX magazine for this month, because there's actually quite a lot of. I find that a good gateway into talking about stuff. So we go. Open this up. Doink. Babylon 5 cover. The name of the place is Babylon 5. I've been really getting quite into Babylon 5 again. Well, I guess we got that the new press the wrong thing. We got the new movie coming out next week. Less than under a week now. There's a new Gal Gadot spy movie that came out on Netflix. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll try and watch that tomorrow. So there we go. This was the SFX magazine. So again, very exciting. Man, do I have that here? Let me find that picture of how many people are dead from Babylon 5. It's like everybody. It's like more people are dead than alive. Here it is. Let me share that. Doink. Did I press the right button? I think I pressed the right button. There you go. Here and there. Ding, 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 ding. Where is it? Can I open this up in PDF, I wonder? Let's give that a go. Let's see if that works. Oh! Yeah! I mean, God, look at this. This litany of the dead, right? Even Stephen First is dead. I didn't know. So, Andres Kaustis died quite a lot of years ago. What's his name? Did lots and lots of drugs. Bill Murray's still doing. Mira Fallon gone. What's his name? Garibaldi, heart attack. I think, what's his name? Died of AIDS. I think that was him. I can't remember. Anyway, Babylon 5. So, look, honestly, hands down, I think one of the most exciting things this year is in the top 5. Right, of exciting. It really is very, very exciting, right? So, I'm thinking that this is good. I hope it lives up. I thought the same thing about Mission Impossible, right? And then I saw it, I was like, never mind. Anyway, let's see what's in this week's. And by the way, I do like the stuff that Cutaway Comics is doing. Who's doing it? Is it Stephen Gallagher's writing it? It's a good idea. Button Garrity on the art. They do know how to pick the right people, right? So I wish them every success. Then I see what's the name, Blue Beetle. We're like, well, that's gonna die a death, isn't it? Let's look at the rats and raves. Oh God, this guy is so soy, like so painfully soy. How do I zoom in? Where's the little zoomy button? Why can't I find the zoom? It's got to be here somewhere. Is this it? Hang on. Maybe I'm missing the zoom button. What's this one? No, that's... Did I... Oh, no, I don't want the find button. No. I want to zoom in. Where? Oh, here it is. There. Duh. Rats and raves. So I like how, cool he looks over here. And how, that's the reality. Hey, yeah, I love the new. I like Gay Sprinter and Fat Ugly April O'Neil. That's great. So he liked Ash vs. the Evil of Dead. Sad to have missed SDCC this year. Looking forward to 2020. It's not. You're not going next year either, mate. Forget it. Secret Invasion is a real slog. They should have kept it a secret, man. See. What was the one that came out before then? There was some show came. Oh, it was She-Hulk, right? And it's always a show afterwards they're allowed to diss. Man, Manny Koto died. Oh man, sad day about Manny Koto. The one time I forgot to press record doing an interview. It was with him for Enterprise. I rang him back, and he did the entire thing again. Obviously, 5 was great time. Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Asteroid City, in addition to my usual with Anderson, not sci-fi enough. Somebody sent me a screener of that, so I'm really going to watch it to review it. Finally, there's a few raves there. Caught a bit of double over Indy 5, and this is in a rave and Asteroid City, and I was surprised that I found Indy more satisfying. Why? Did you hate Indy? Did you not like the character? Did you want to see him just destroyed? Could have done with that Asteroid City's nested narrative. What's a nested narrative? Okay. Fine. Rewatching Utopia from 2013 was going to be how utterly brilliant. I don't remember that. Okay. Raves, the AI villain in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning brings time to... That was true. That was actually very clever. I like the out control AI. Yes, I like that a lot. Not fully expecting Mission Impossible 8 to be Terminator crossover, but it seemed like it seemed a bit sci-fi, but it was a good riff on AI, right? Because AI is something we need to be scared of. Good news, everyone. A few trials and revival is hilarious. That's actually right. And I can't believe I'm agreeing with Tara Bennett, who is woke as fuck. Right? The sharpest after on TV aimed directly at the stupidest wings of humanity. Hooray! If you miss Pneumonia on Netflix, add it to your queue. No. Secret Invasion has been surprisingly summer snoozer. Yeah, okay. This is, you can always tell when somebody is a what we used to call an SJW, because they will only attack something when it's safe to do so, right? And now it's safe to attack Secret Invasion because we all hated She-Hulk, essentially. I keep thinking that this Avengers stage show is from that, was it Hawkeye series? I think it was Hawkeye where they did an Avengers, but it's like, it looks like a parody, but it's also real. Into the Spider-Verse, French director Sam Wilson talks about. I don't care. Looking forward to this, right? But how is what's the name? Frances Pugh. How is she the it girl for everything? I'll tell you why. Because she is not unattractive, but not attractive, right? She's not the male gaze, right? She is very actively not for the male gaze. And at the same Stephen Briggs committed suicide on Archer. I thought him and what's his name? The first commander, Sinclair. Blimey. it's like playing Superman. Maybe you don't want to. Anyway, I am very excited for Doom Part 2, right? It's see, Part 1 I thought was good, but ended just when you got to like the cool Doom bit, when you had all the sandworms and stuff. But I think it'll be really good. And I like Zendaya's casting in this. I thought it was very good. Let's see what the news will be. Kevin Bacon is a Demon Slaying bounty hunter who's back from the dead in Prime Video's The Bondsman. I'll check it out. Starting Prodigy Acts by Paramount. Though season 2 may find a new home. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh God, Greta Gerwig is directing new Chronicles of Narnia movies for Netflix. That sounds like bad news, right? That sounds like bad. Listen, even Bill Maher slated Barbie, right? Even he said, "Oh man, that was unbelievably shit." Moving up to Small Town Horror from renewed for third season. Praise Dan Trachtenberg set to helm an episode of Stranger Things once season 5 resumes filming after the strikeout. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Like I don't think there's going to be any end to the strike in the near future, right? I think they are looking to break the backs of the workers, right? And I love that the CGI effects people have unionized. They were getting fucked in the arse royally, right? They were getting so fucked over, which is why all the CGI and all these movies were shit, right? You go back and look at a movie from like 2017. It's so much better, right? It's crazily better. Because they weren't like insanely saturating the market with shit upon shit upon shit, right? And that's why the CGI looks shit, and also they give them less time and less money, right? And I think the CGI people are actually treated worse than the writers, right? And I'm glad they're unionizing, which is another thing that's going to slow down production on this bullshit. Where are we up to? Come back. Roland Emmerich developing multimedia franchise Space Nation set to be a TV series, online game, and animated shorts. Warrior Nuns earns reprieve. Wow, okay, I didn't know they had the first 2 seasons on Netflix. Olivia Williams and Jodie May joining Dune spin-off Sisterhood. I will be excited for that, right? Walking Dead, Darren Dixon premieres on television. I am so out Walking Dead, right? So out Walking Dead. Wakanda Forever! EA developing a single-player game based on Marvel's Black Panther. Bit too late, mate. Bit too late. Marvel is over, right? Marvel is over. House of Ideas. Yeah, the idea is let's make everybody fat gay lesbian. How'd you be a gay lesbian? I guess you sleep with straight people, I think. Yeah, forget it. No, not interested. Not interested at all. And yeah, again, MCU is about to become an actual stage show. Rogers the music is so stupid. And like I understand them doing Back to the Future the musical because people like that. People hate the MCU now, right? People are like, oh look, there's a new Marvel movie out. Fuck that, I'm not going to see it. And it looks like a parody. It does look like a parody. Oh, more news. Let's have a look. I mean, look at this. It really looks bad. Who's that supposed to be in the red shirt? And Black Widow. That's Hawkeye, Asian Hawkeye by the looks of it. I don't know. There's Nick Fury. There's Iron Man. I don't know what this looks like. Shit. Leave me alone. David Corenswet is the Man of Steel in James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Okay. Also taking flight, Superman Legacy. Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl. Yes, it seems to be like a proto Justice League movie. Was it Eddie Gaffey as Mr. Terrific? Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. That is good casting. That's really good casting. And Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho. Oh yeah, he is the bald guy from Barry. That's great. That is good casting. Jennifer Garner joins Elektra as Elektra in Deadpool 3. I hope they're taking the piss out of multiverse. If they're taking the piss out of multiverse things, then I'm up for it. If they're not, leave me alone. Sony live action Spider-Verse entry. El Muto is now on indefinite hold. Yeah, look, they've all been failures. I'm sorry. I thought Morbius would be good. No. I thought Craven was going to be shit. It's like, just stop. Stop. Okay, let other people play with your IP and just make money for it. James Cameron revealed he's developing sequels to Alita Battle Angel. I really got to see that's on Netflix. I really got to see that. Or is it on Disney Plus? It's on one of them. Lisa Vikander is teaming up with Elizabeth Olsen on climate change dystopia, The Assessment. Sounds like shit. However, the climate change movie that was brilliant, right? Was absolutely brilliant. Was Don't Look Up, because I think that was created with we call it Ruach HaKodesh, the breath, the holy breath that gives you prophecy, right? And I think that was God using these woke pieces of shit to explain how Washington works. And boy, did they explain it, right? Anyways, Return of the Living Dead is set for a reboot. No, leave it alone. Cocaine Bear writer Magic 8 Ball is set for this to be a horror comedy. Cameron Monaghan and Sarah Desjardins is joining Tron Ares. No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't really like the that's Tron sequel, right? They did. What they got to get? They got talking about the Pink Tardis, season 20, and the books coming out. Starbeast, The Blue Yonder, and The Giggle. Giggle sounds like a terrible name. And I'm sorry, this Sonic Screwdriver just doesn't really do it for me. Oh, that is gorgeous. Getting chilling with Bill Wellington and Leonardo Marco's new Fire and Ice prequel. Who did that artwork? That looks very Frank Frazetta, right? Okay, so this is set this is in the Game of Thrones universe. What? Isn't that the Fire and Ice? I don't know. Frank Frazetta. Okay, No, it must be something else, right? It must be something else. Hey, look, that looks quite cool. I mean, again, I like Frank Frazetta. Well, obviously I do. Time Warp, Chilling Adventures presents strange science fiction. Offers an Archie first. Okay. Not really that interested. Norse Code, no, leave me alone. Manny Coda, I can't believe he's dead. Right? Didn't he do a bunch of stuff from Mad Men? Oh, he did Dexter, right? What was it? He did bringing in families and elements of the original 1960s. No, he was the one guy who did the who was really the showrunner on the final season, which I think was probably the best season of Enterprise. Apart from that, I'm so sorry to hear he passed away. How old was he? He's 23. Man, he was what 60, 65. It's young. I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. Yeah, no, I thought that last season of Enterprise was by far the. I like the 2 to 3 episode arcs they did. I like the Augment one. I like the Klingon one where they lost their bumps. You know, I thought all that was good. Oh, this I'm excited about, right? So I think maybe Sunday we'll do. We'll go over this full article. Right, Babylon 5 returns on the road home. It feels like Creator and the stars tell about the show, the new animated movie that is, and the live action reboot that hopefully will be. Hopefully it won't be. Right? Hopefully it won't be. And I'm so up for this, right? I am so up for this. Is that, I think that's supposed to be Sinclair, isn't it? Yeah, John Sheridan and co back in town. Yeah, I'm very excited, right? And this feels very organically Babylon 5, right? Oh, that's supposed to be Elizabeth Lockley's in it as well. Okay. Fine. Okay. I could never decide which telepath I thought was hotter, right? I don't know. I could go either way. Well, I could go for a 3-way. That actually sounds pretty good. Yeah. So look, I think we'll cover this full article on Sunday, right? We'll do a Babylon 5 preview episode. What's this one? Bluebeard. Oh, this is going to be shit. This is going to be, and the director's all about doing a trilogy. Get over yourself, mate. Okay, this is going to do worse than everything else. I mean, like no one's into your like Latino, like oh no, Latino people are treated badly because they can't legally immigrate. Okay, I guess. Piece of the action. The actors Ineke Godoy and Emily Rudd talk about starring in One Piece, Netflix's new adaptation. Oh yeah, this is a new manga thing that manga people are very excited about, right? I wouldn't be too excited, mate. Like I remember you're all excited about was it Cowboy Bebop, and then you saw us and that super sexy character, and like, yeah, she was a second. I thought, oh my god, so this is Wheel of Time for season 2? Really? I mean, like, if you have a Wheel of Time, wind it back and cancel this shit. Nobody's watching it, right? Why is this being made? So you don't have egg on your face, right? To pretend it was successful. Force of Habit. What's this? What's black and white and red all over? The interview about the director about The Nun 2. Didn't see The Nun 1. Don't think I'm really going to see this. This one doesn't look like it's for me. What's it? Designing Evil Dead Rise. Is this a video game based on Evil Dead? Producer, designer Nick Bassett and makeup effects and prosthetics designer Luke Porty take us behind the scenes on the blood-drenched horror. So I guess this is a sequel, prequel to Evil Dead. Something in the Evil Dead universe. Who knows, right? And yeah, okay, they designed it. So not interested. So crazily not interested. I'm actually amazed how not interested I am. 42, the wildly improbable ideas of Douglas Adams. So what's this? Life, universe, and everything. A new book about Douglas Adams presents treasures from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy creator archive. Editor Kevin John Davis. Oh, blimey. He's a director. He did he did great documentaries. I feel anybody wants them. I grabbed them from YouTube while they were on there. He did these great Blake 7 documentaries about season 1, 2, and 3 That's supposed to be for the DVDs, and they shelved them for some unknown reason. He did the more than 30 years in the TARDIS, or 30 years in the TARDIS at the time, and also the that very good documentary on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Blu-ray, right? So yeah, okay, fine. Is this coming out as a book? Yeah, this looks pretty good. When's it coming out? Give me a hint. Is it out already? Yeah, honestly, they should have some kind of, if this is basically a thing to sell the book, which it is, they should put when the book's coming out. Maybe that might be good. Oh, here it is. It comes out on the 24th of August, published by Unbound. Okay. This looks like quite a good book. So this actually we're going to do a show on as well. There's a good article about Quatermass here, right? There's 2 articles in this month's SFX I want to read. Right, amazing it. Who wrote this? 70 years ago, Children Nation. Nick Stetfield. Okay, fine. So again, I think this gives you a nice overview of Quatermass. Although there does need to be a Quatermass coffee table book, doesn't there? And there really hasn't been a good one. I quite like this one, the 4th one. I didn't know there's a. Oh no, it was a stage show, Quatermass. Then 2005, the live Quatermass experiment. I thought that was quite good, right? Did Mark Gatiss play him? Yeah, Quatermass experiment live. Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. Oh, I remember I talked about that. Right. I hope I do hope they release it. But yeah, we'll do so. When is that? Let's have a quick. We'll allow. Oh, I'm opening up a new window. That's fine. I'm just seeing when it's playing. It just opened up the theatre company website. I'm not going to search around for it. Well, when does it say it's on? 9th of September. So here, what's on? We'll look in September. Quatermass experiment. 70 years after it first wowed a terrified audience, Quatermass experiment is back. Alexandra Palace. Back at Alexandra, originally placed a broadcast over 6 weeks in 1953. The seminal but largely missing serial is finally brought back to life for this one-off live reading of script. So is this Mark Gatiss in it? Yeah, he's playing Quatermass. I do hope they release this, right? I do hope they release that, right, on audio. That would be great, right? That would be fan-freaking-tastic. Christina Chong gets on my tits. She just irritates the fuck out of me. I think she was one of the people behind the cancelling of Noel Clarke as well. And I don't like her character on Star Trek. I mean, other than that, she's wonderful. 5-star, fasten your seatbelt. So this is an interview with Tegan. And maybe, is it just Tegan? Man, Janet Fielding was hot in the day. And now she's not. Oh, she's 106. So, in all fairness. James Kennedy, who are you? James Kennedy is an American author about turning hot. Fine, no idea. Haunted Mansion. Oh yeah, so in the reviews, this is tanking, of course. This should be tanking. You got 3.5 stars. Really, Barbie movie did very well. The Blackening, not interested. Insidious, The Red Door. That's supposed to be good. People like Insidious. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. Mac vs. Psychopath Providence, Jess Super, Apocalypse Cloud. But it didn't got 1 star. That didn't do well. Secret Invasion. How did they get 3.5 stars and everybody hated it? How? I guess because you got to make nice to Disney. Foundation season 2. What a tragedy Foundation is, right? I freaking loved 1/3 of the show and I freaking hated 2/3 of it. It was broken into 2/3. You had one stunning and brave black girl who was the key to everything, and then you had another stunning and brave black girl that was the key to everything. And then you had what's his name, Lee Pace as the Emperor. Freaking awesome. Anything with Lee Pace in was fantastic. Anything else was dire. So it was a real shame, right? Witcher season 3, volume 2. That's getting 2.5 stars. Not doing well. Not doing well. Super Team 4 season not interested. It's on Netflix. Leave me alone. Bionic TV. Oh my God, what is this? Steve Austin, Jamie Summers, technology enhanced icons of the 1970s earn another upgrade with a pair of comprehensive Blu-ray boxes. How much is this? Get the fuck out. Oh, I want these. Oh, this looks awesome. Man, this looks awesome. Maybe I think we should we. No, we're not doing. We won't read the review yet. Maybe I'll do this on another. That looks awesome, mate. Awesome. Oh, do they have? When is that Bionic Showdown in it as well? Decade, the two stars return for 3 lackluster reunion movies. One of them had what's the name? Sandra Bullock in it as the new Bionic woman, Bionic girl. And now they feel more dated than the original series. Well, that happens. Right, that does happen. But I remember when they had the new title Bionics, and it was like Steve Austin would do, and then you guys like, and it was like, whoa, it'd be up Steve Austin. It did my head in. Right. Oh, from what I saw in this, the best bit of the Foundation were added to the book story, as were the worst bits. Okay. It seems to have little to nothing to do with the book, but okay. Oh man, I am up for that. Yeah, I'm really up for the $6 million man. Just Leaves War World, Paradise of Wonga. I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. I've never been really able to get into the animated DC movies, and I really wanted to. I've got a bunch of them lined up to watch. Like I love All Star Superman. I wanted to watch the cartoon of it. Just never got around. Also, Red Sun as well, which I love that one. I just wanted to. I never got around to watch it. I got it again on my hard drive, ready to go. They Clone Tyrone. That's a good title. That is a good title. I like that title. The Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. Okay, that sounds a bit kinky. Satan's Little Helper. Okay, could be talking about my kids. Fine. Tim, totally interesting movie. I have no idea what that is. I'm just not interested. Yeah, I will look at these and go, no, thanks. Bird Box Barcelona. Okay, it's like another one riffing on A Quiet Place. Dungeon Dangan On Amongst Thieves. Everybody hated it, so I assume it's not very good. What they have on the roundup? Weird Science. Oh, it's worth buying to see Kelly LeBrock in the shower. She was gorgeous. Oh man, Kelly LeBrock was freaking gorgeous in that movie. Definitely in the Spank Bank. Right next to Perry. Right, it was the same year. Was it 85? 1985. Yes. You could go between Vengeance on Varos and Weird Science and have yourself. Let's put it this way: you would build up very, very, very good forearms, right? Very, very good muscles. At least I would anyway, and get through a lot of hand cream, just a lot, and tissues. No reason. What these books are not reading? Bridge, not reading that. Master of Death, not reading that. The Kindness, not reading that. Lonely Land. Again, my problem was this. I was a schmuck for this, right? I was a schmuck. I learned to read through 2000 AD, right? If I learned to read through the Target novelizations, I would be so much more well-read, right? But I was, the only time I was really a big reader was when I was in rabbinical ceremony, and I didn't watch TV or movies for a few years, right? And that's when I did most of my reading. I read all the Doom books then, right? I read a bunch of stuff then. And that was also when the New Adventures was going on. And I was big into those, the Doctor Who New Adventures. Conan the Barbarian, the official story in the film. Now, I still can't believe they have never been able to do a good Conan series or bring Conan back in a way. I mean, they have, but it hasn't been good, right? They should have done something iconic. And I'm amazed it didn't happen around the time of Game of Thrones. Okay, I have no interest in any of these things. Nothing in it vaguely spiking my interest, right? Claire Knowles, don't know who you are. Expanse Dragon Tooth. So I guess this is an add-on. It was written by Andy Diggle. Fuck me. I remember when he took over 2000 AD, and he is just he's a terrible writer. I've never seen him write anything that was any good, right? I really genuinely haven't. What's this? A Guessing House by what company is that? Faber and Faber. Never heard of them. Extreme Venomverse, not really. Guardians of the Galaxy, no. Mother Nature, no. Well, that doesn't look bad. Exo Primal. It's for Xbox and PS4. I don't think. Yeah, no, I'm not really a big gamer at all. Multiverse role-playing game. No, thank you. Doctor Who Traveling Hope. It's like so generic. Every time I say the same thing, everyone's saying it. Let's see if I can get these questions. Horses. I don't know anything about horses, but that looks like Rent-A-Ghost. Is it? That's question 8. Let's see if we can name the rather unusual nag and the children's TV series that appeared in. So that was the pantomime horse in Rent-A-Ghost, right? Next issue, man, really? Craven's going to be shit. Star Trek: The Return of the Jedi is going to be shit. The Creator, new sci-fi from the director of Rogue One. That sounds interesting. Terrorhawks celebrate 40 years. I like a bit of Terrorhawks. The Big Finish Terrorhawks was actually very good. Yeah, no interest in Walking Dead, I'm afraid. Twilight, fuck off. Now, this is a good ad, right? This is a really good ad from Big Finish. Like, I'm not really interested in any of the time slip stuff, but it's a very good ad. Made to look like looking, and I'm amazed they still never had some serious reprints looking. And a piece of Doctor Who merchandise that looks like it'd actually be quite good, right? That does look like it'd be quite good. So there you go. That's your SFX magazine for mine. Not a bad issue. There's a couple of things in there I want to read, and it's not too roastable. Okay, talking about roastable, right? Let's have a look at this. 1 second. Doink. Oh, I see some people talking to me. Beth Juckley. That's an interesting name you got there. BBC just announced there will be a Doctor Who 60th anniversary concert in autumn this year with Murray Gold and Rusty Davis at the concert. Blimey. Oh, let's see if we can pull up some information about that. We'll go to BBC Doctor Who. But, you know, again, they've really got to I'm just seeing Doomsday stuff right now. So haven't announced it on the on the official social media channel. Let's pull up this. Well, before we get to it, let's look at this. So this is apparently the new TARDIS, right? The new TARDIS interior. Is it or isn't it? Right? Isn't it or isn't it? J1701D. Note 2 masculine using Ryan Gosling. Was unless Ryan Gosling was playing Conan. See, I for me, Conan was always like that Frank Frazetta, like the 1970s savage sort of Conan, that sort of thing. So I liked him being like super. But I never read the books, right? That's I'm a dumbass, right? So this apparently is the leaked TARDIS. Now, is it? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it certainly could be, right? I mean, look, it's got the radio the rainbow colors in it, which is, you know, a necessity for everything. Let me look up. I'll look up Doctor Who news, see if there's anything about this concert there. No, not seeing anything yet. We'll look at that. Look for it in a second. Oh, there it is. Doctor Who at 60 musical celebration announced by Radio 2. Blimey, on Radio 2. That's a bit of a step down, isn't it? Let's have a look at that next. Anyway, so this apparently is the leaked TARDIS. Now, if it is, it looks like it's missing bits to it, right? It looks like it doesn't sound to the thing they described, which seem to be have like just crazy things going on around it, right? So, if it is a new TARDIS, I think there's a lot more to it than that. This just seems somewhat, you know, unimpressive to me, right? So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's look at this. Where is it? Let's look at this concert. So screen, share screen. Doink. Colin Archer says, where I just said, I've recently started on the original Conan stories, gradually worked my way through them. Any good? Rabbi, I think that's the interior for the Teletubbies house. Could be. Could be the same. It looks like a steampunk umbrella. The interior of the new Teletubbies. It could be. I was being sarcastic. I'm baffled at why Gosling's doing so well. So Ryan Gosling, is that either one? What's the name? What was that? That was that movie by, oh God, it was a really good Drive. Did he star in Drive? Hang on. Well, yeah. So he's freaking awesome in that, right? He is absolutely fantastic in that. What else have you seen in it? I haven't let's see. Let's have a quick look at the movies he's famous for. Okay, and now I got this. He's doing The Fall Guy. Get out of here. He's another one with an inexplicable career. But let's have a look at the Grey Man. I thought was quite good on Netflix. I like that. I liked him in Blade Runner 2049. I thought it was well cast in that. La La Land I didn't see, but people loved it. Place Beyond the Pines I thought was quite good. I mean, he does have an intensity to him, like that. Your eye kind of goes to him. But yeah, why he's doing so well, I don't know. Prepare to revisit the show's most iconic themes. An epic concert will be broadcast on BBC Radio 2 this autumn to celebrate the 6th anniversary of Doctor Who. The event is packed with. The event joins a packed lineup of festivities, including Rusty Davis's trilogy of episodes, which lead to the much anticipated season 14, and a new Big Finish story entitled Once and Future, which I am enjoying. Doctor 60 musical celebration will take place at BBC Hoddenot Hall in the Wells Millennium Centre, Cardiff. Yeah, I guess he does have time to get to London. But then BBC National Orchestra of Wales and the BBC singers will perform iconic tracks from the show. I hope they're going to do like classic Doctor Who as well. Work by composers Murray Gold, Sigurd and Kula, fuck off, and Dudley Simpson and Paddy Kingsland will be featured alongside the unforgettable theme by Delia Derbs and Ron Granger. Alistair King will be on hand to conduct the singers, while BBC by Doctor Who showrunner Rusty Davis and returning composer Murray Gold are expected to be in attendance. In attendance, but not that Murray Gold's not like conducting or something. It's weird. More news will be announced in due course ahead of the concert on the BBC Two in autumn. News that Gold is back on Doctor Who. Well, certainly music to the ears of many fans after his legendary work. Yeah, look, he was so important to the original run. Yeah, so insanely important. The Doctor Who 3 companions and former blah blah blah. Shooty Gatwa. Fine. So anyway, we were looking at the Teletubbies new host. Let me just look at that again. All right, we're looking at. But let's. So there's been a lot of buzz that we are getting a TARDIS reveal soon. We had the BBC on their official Instagram post about it. And said, yeah, you all remember the first time you go into to a TARDIS, right? What's that page? Yeah, you always remember you first, so that kind of indicates they might be looking at a reveal soon. And then I think catching that digest, we also have this article which we're going to go over. Share screen. Doink. Over here. Every Doctor Who, every TARDIS interior ranked from worst to best. So let's say Mark Donaldson, he is very confusing. Sometimes he is completely wrong about everything. Sometimes he's quite on the money. So let's see where he is today. Doctor Who has changed a lot over the years, but that includes the TARDIS. Well, you know, it's been going on for 60 years. They probably would have needed a new set sooner or later. While the core image of the public police call box that's bigger on the inside out has remained a constant, but both the exterior and the interior had countless tweaks. Well, we know, but the interior much more so, right? Completely rebuilt. Though there are subtle changes to the color on the time rotor or the layout of the buttons of the console, well, not really. The look of the TARDIS interior is main constant. Well, you know, you want to keep some kind of idea of this silhouette of it, otherwise it's not it anymore. I mean, that's kind of where Jodie Whittaker's era went wrong. They kept the kind of silhouette of Doctor Who, but made everything else not Doctor Who. Right, and so the silhouette didn't really work either. Right, the 1970s era saw a raft of notable changes to the inside of the TARDIS, prompting Patrick Troughton's oft-repeated criticism of his successors. Oh, you redesigned, don't like it. Well, again, that was just good writing, I think. It was only with the modern series the TARDIS got a considerable redesign. Well, no, shut up. The Five Doctors, where the Fifth Doctor's like proudly looking at his console, that was pretty cool. And Sylvester McCoy was going to have a great one in season 27, right? Because they had to rebuild it because the walls had all warped. So that's why in Battlefield the lights were turned down low. It was just like plywood with holes cut in them because they didn't have the TARDIS walls anymore, so they had to rebuild the set. So anyway, they're ranking them. So at number 14, there's been 14 TARDISes. The 13th Doctor TARDIS, yes, the absolute shittest TARDIS. Everything about this was wrong, much like the era that it came from. Yes, everything about this was utter garbage. Jodie Whittaker's prevailed Doctor Who was a bit like everybody's favorite mad space art. No one's got a favorite mad space art. Okay, nobody liked her, right? She was bad, right? Which was the perfect tone for the show's first female Doctor. No, it wasn't. Again, and she just couldn't act. She never convinced me that she believes she was playing the role, right? That she believes in the character. She treated her like a Teletubby. Like, you know, again, she says so many things that are wrong and stupid. And I'm not even all like the revolution of the Dalek. Like, just look how she used a sonic screwdriver. Like, and like, it was dumb. Where are we up to? The only problem was this mad space art also had a new age crystal shop for a TARDIS console room. That's the only problem. What about the socially awkward line? By the way, one of the things they said on Dan's stream, these podcasters, which was a great stream, I really recommend it, was when they said, yes, all the Doctors have been socially awkward. Fuck off, they have. No, they haven't. William Hartnell, it wasn't socially awkward at all. Right? Patrick Troughton, no. John Pertwee, no. John Pertwee, the absolute opposite of it. It was like dashing. Tom Baker, no. Peter Davison, no. Colin Baker, no. Sylvester McCoy, no. Paul McGann, no. What's his name? Christopher Eccleston. Well, in that he had post-traumatic stress disorder. David Tennant, no. Not in the least. Matt Smith, no. A little bit with Peter Capaldi. Just a little bit. But, like, no. Just, which Doctor was socially awkward? I'm a bit socially awkward, right? From the giant Himalayans salt lamp time rotor to the custard cream dispenser. The custard cream dispenser could have been a good idea if she wasn't shit. It all felt a bit too try-hard, that is true. It was also the absolute worst console room to choose for an era with the show the biggest TARDIS crew in the modern era. No, excuse me. They had the same amount of people with David Tennant and with Matt Smith, so I don't know what you're talking about. It might have been hard for fans and writers to find a satisfying plots for each four of the members. Again, Rory, Amy, the Doctor, right? And they had somebody else's, and then they had Mickey, Rose, Captain Jack. Yeah, no, it was fine. It was just Whittaker couldn't act, and Chibnall couldn't write. Perfect team. Find members of the TARDIS team during Whittaker, but it was even harder to frame them in a shot that looked on the insanely crowded TARDIS set. From the nothing was thought through. From the obstructive central column to the dangling wires to the rigid spires, it was often very hard to see what was going on during the badly lit, the busy TARDIS scenes. That being said, it looked cool when dressed in blue for the nickel. No, it didn't. Leave it alone. And that was the Turgis bloody episode as well. Third Doctor, Planet Planet of the Daleks edition. So this was the one they got new walls in, right? This was the replacement for the washing up bowls. So the third Doctor's console in a shed in season 7 doesn't really count. Okay, I agree with you. However, for an incarnation that was stranded on Earth, the third Doctor had several variations of TARDIS interior during his tenure. This version was introduced in the 3 Doctors. It lasted throughout John Pertwee's final 2 seasons. I didn't know it was introduced in 3 Doctors. After the Doctor had been given back his secrets of space-time travel and a shiny new dematerialization circuit. The interior is a solid callback to the original iconic version. Yeah, basically that's what it was. They just remade it, right? With the shiny new TARDIS console installed. Didn't have that new console and in season 8 as well, or season, I thought they did. However, Planet of the Daleks also revealed a bizarre upgrade by way of a cheap wooden bed. Yes, I remember that. A cheap wooden bedroom set that was meant to let the third Doctor recuperate after having been shot in the previous serial without constructing a separate TARDIS sick bay set. Oh yeah, that's when Joe left all the messages with Joe's log. Unfortunately, the jarring image of a bit cheap of MDF, it was fine. It was fine. Don't be mean. The War Doctors. This was a bit like hot. Like they made walls and then they put everything else together from the 10th Doctor's one, right? John Hurt's TARDIS was the perfect mixture of old and new for the 50th anniversary. It retained the round things. I didn't like the thing. Oh, what are they? I have no idea. They're just stupid, right? From the classic TARDIS era, but the grungy columns from the 2005, 2000. Yeah, I understand. They had that at Cardiff, so they just reused it, which is why I think they might reuse it for the 60th. I don't know. Some may call the design an ugly mishmash of ideas, but this was a Doctor who was fighting the last Great Time War. He likely didn't have time to consider the spot of redecorating, although with the TARDIS glitching, this is indisputably what the War Doctor's TARDIS interior looked like during the Time War. Okay, if the TARDIS is a reflection of the Doctor's persona, in the modern era at least, well, I think okay, fine. I think they kind of started with season 14, don't you? Like, that was very much a reflection of the Holmes Hinchcliffe era. It's a TARDIS interior that stripped back to basic, but retains some of the quirks of the other character. The perfect console room for John Hurt's War Doctor. Well, he didn't need to be so big because I didn't imagine he had many people around. It's a one-night only sort of TARDIS. Yeah, they weren't going to make a new console for it, right? They didn't have the money. So it's hard to rank it any higher, but there are some interesting ideas. It also begins the modern series obsession with the round thing. Yeah, no, it's kind of stupid. But it's okay. Chibnall did things like that. Fugitive TARDIS, the Doctor's TARDIS. Well, I hate to say this. I like this one a lot, but I hated the idea of the Fugitive Doctor. But I like this one a lot. This was a very, very cool idea, but we're not even reading it. Leave us alone. The third Doctor started Time Monster, is it? Yes, with the washing up bowls, right? So this was season 9, or season 8. What? It just came out. The washing up bowl TARDIS gets a hard time, but that's exactly what you expect from a 1970s update of the original design. I am glad they ditched it. So I really am glad they ditched it. They must have to make some money for the three doctors. It's not for nothing that this was the interior that the Lego Dimensions designer chose for the third Doctor. Yes, yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, that was perfect. It only lasted for the Doctor and Master's game of TARDIS chicken in the time vortex, and at the end, the time monster. It was only one episode. This underrated gem. But it's they got rid of the end of time monster, but it's an underrated gem. It's a sense of scale to it that the other TARDIS concepts don't always achieve. That's fair. While the fact that their roundels double up as scanners is a neat touch. I agree. I do agree. The Master Stars looked exactly the same. Well, yeah, it was the same TARDIS. The set was retained for the three Doctors for the next season, but they stripped out the bowls to more overtly call back. So it was only in one episode, one story. Wow. To me, it seems like very iconic. Russell D. Davis, the 2005-2010 one. Yeah, this was a pretty good one, right? Would I put this? I haven't really thought my rankings, but so far I kind of agree. I'm trying to look for someone to put people. From the very early on in Doctor Who's history, the TARDIS was a place of safety. That's why in Edge of Destruction it was a perfect third serial for the first season, because it just had Ian and Barbara becoming uncomfortable with the Doctor and Susan, and the TARDIS becoming a place of danger. That was what the creeping horror was about it, right? It really was. Since then, returning to the brightness of the TARDIS with the comfortable white walls, it became shorthand for safety. However, you don't get that with Rusty Davis era TARDIS, which almost is oppressively dark and dingy place. Less so than Jodie's, right? And I think it was a perfect reinvention for 2005, right? I think it was very, very much had its finger on the pulse of the nation's cultural what's I going to say? The nation's cultural, what's the word I'm looking for? Sensibilities. Yeah. I do think so. So yeah. So well, let's see what it says. Since it's clear that Russell Davis sees the TARDIS as a means to get the Doctor and the Commanders made to be. Yes, it's a plot device, right? He wasn't interested in developing it beyond the console rooms. Well, you did see the the wardrobe room when in Christmas Invasion, right? Where and I do like the way they did that, even though it was it seemed like it was done a bit cheaply, but it also worked. It's telling that old school Doctor Who fan Mark Gatiss, who wrote the Doctor's hilarious convoluted directions to the TARDIS wardrobe in The Unquiet Dead. But oddly, the set is designed in such a way that it's hard to envision the ship beyond the main console. Also, yeah, look, the one time they complained about it was hard to have like where people would go. Right, when you want to have like a quiet world with Rose, Mickey had to stand behind a pillar or something. Right, there was that. Where are we up to? A ship beyond the main console room. Well, I think they did quite well with the Christmas Invasion, right? When they here, let me pull that up. 1 second. Video file. Go doink. We'll look for Doctor Who. So that'll be 10th Doctor, Series 2. Oh, is it Christmas? Oh, Christmas Invasion. 1 second. Oh, will it play? It's an M4V. Oh, it does. Hey, 1 second. So it's right at the end. He's got his duds on. Hang on.
I don't know.
Doctor, what was that? What did he?
It's I kind of like the family feeling that you had with the but I think both the eras. Okay, go inside the TARDIS. I mean, they're inside already, I guess. But oh, yeah, fine. Bit of Murray Gold. And again, it's very clearly the console room redressed, right, with a bunch of clothes in it, right? But there's a scene in it where you see a bit more. It's like one shot. Okay. And again, I like him going for Christmas dinner. That all this just works, right? You think she looks tired? No, is that it? I mean, the worst wardrobe room has to be the Sylvester McCoy one. Okay, what's the? Oh no, you got a bit of Tom Baker's scarf there. I bet there. And I started to walk. Pretty soon I will run. Man, he was young there. And I'll be running back. Okay, I'm going to get the stream interrupted in a minute. Doctor Who in the TARDIS, Russell Davis, EastEnders. Yeah, it was Shameless meets Doctor Who. There you go. So I think this was done very well, right? I really tell you, for 2006 CGI, I think that's excellent, don't you? I really think that's excellent, right? And so yeah, they must have painted all the middle. So yeah, you do get the feeling there's a lot more going there, but man, it looks a bit dangerous. You can fall off any of those gantries any time, right? And that's what you are. There you go. Oh, too lucky bit of 10. I'm sorry, you get sucked into it. So it's an undeniably iconic and beloved TARDIS interior. Yes, it is. This is where I think probably most of fandom today fell in love with Doctor Who, right? I still think the Tennant years is what Tom Baker was for us. It looked cool in its green and red lighting, and I got the toy up there. The toy is gorgeous, right? Oh my god, I love that playset. It has an interesting multi-level structure. The console room. See the Doctor's horrified relation when Jackie Tyler is still on board an army of ghosts. Very spacious. Yeah, no, it was a big set, right? The original design, the original idea by what was it again? Who was it again? He designed the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Ultimates. Brian Hitch. See if I can find it. Brian Hitch TARDIS design sketch. Oh, here it comes. 1 second. I just saw it. This is the one I wanted. Here we go. Let me grab that. Where it is. Oh, very good. So let me put it in with my images over there. Doing so I can share the screen. Top screen. Share screen. There you go. It's a similar idea. I like the big Scylla Rassilon in the background. I mean that's pretty darn cool. But it's just added in a lot more, layers. This is really what they wanted to do, right? But money. There you go. Share screen. So yeah, so what they have this at number 9. Blimey, that's kind of low down. But let's see what's next. False Doctor. Okay, yes, I love this one. Freaking love this console room. Oh, so good. They would have used it more, but the walls walked. They could have done with like a little bit of time rotor movements, but it was it took producer Philip Hinchett 2 whole seasons to realize his dream of a more Jules Verne style TARDIS. It was in Doctor Who season 12. There was barely a TARDIS at all. And in fact, the interior was never shown on screen. Really? Really? Pyramids of Mars was the next year, right? Wait, you had Robot, followed by Ark in Space. You're right, you didn't see it in either of those two. Followed by Sontaran Experiment, followed by Genesis of the Daleks. I'm missing something out. Which one am I missing? Hang on. Followed by what's it called again? Revenge of the Cybermen. Was that this? I still seem to be missing something. Hang on. Doctor Who episode guide to Wikipedia. Fourth Doctor. Robot Ark in Space. Okay, I got them. Oh, man, didn't appear at all. It's amazing the things that you don't really notice. Okay. For season 13, they returned to a slightly regest version of the John Pertwee set. And then season 14, Master Man, Dragoner, the Fourth Doctor, and Sarah Jane go for a wander in the TARDIS. And I love that. I love that. After finding a boot cupboard that's more like a grand drawing room, they eventually arrive in the secondary control room. It was just wonderful. I get a feeling that Philip Hinchcliffe wrote that rather than Robert Holmes. With this mahogany panels, stained glass windows, and wooden console, it was the appropriate TARDIS interior for Hinchcliffe and Robert Holmes. I agree with you. More gothic and literally take on Doctor Who. Well, they'd realised that students liked Doctor Who by that time, right? They found a whole new audience, but unfortunately, it was a little bit less exciting than the main interior. The dark wood and the lack of impressive time rotor. It could have used a time rotor, even though the time rotor isn't really the thing that goes up and down. It's a little doodad on the side. The impression of a stuffy university office. It's no surprise when Graham Williams was brought in to make the show less dark. He jetsons the attempt, and also again, I believe the walls were warped. The 11th Doctor TARDIS. Now, I think I prefer the season 14 TARDIS. This was okay. Don't get me wrong. This was the first TARDIS I ever went in, right? They had the Doctor Who experience in London. Oh, glorious, right? You went through Amy's Crack, the TARDIS appeared, right? And you could sort of see around it. And you walked into it. It was bigger on the inside. It was incredible. It was really, truly incredible. I absolutely loved that. But at the same time, it was a little bit too kitschy and fairy tale-y. Matt Smith's first TARDIS interior looked like a concert of a madman. With a box and flogged it with an inch of death with the insanely chaotic and wacky. Yeah, it was kind of felt like that's what they're trying to do with Jodie, but they had good production designers then, not with Jodie. From the old school analog telly, that was a good touch for a scanner, and the typewriter in case console, that was also good. All the way up to the Gramophone S brass in case time rotor, that wasn't good. I get they were trying to do something different with it, but it was, look, the quality of the stories carried it through. It felt more like a time traveling cocktail bar than a futuristic time ship. Fair comment. Which actually sounds really cool. Now we put it that way, but it wasn't. I think the time rotor was the biggest problem with this one, and maybe the coloring. I'm not sure. Well, the look of odd bits of pipe and temperature gauges made everything look a wee bit mishmashed together. It looked like two purposely mishmashed together. It fits nicely into the Mad Professor pipe and Matt Smith's Doctor specifically. This interior was absolutely enormous too. Well, that's the thing. They needed somewhere else that other people could go. Right, that was really the main consideration. Who was it? Matt? Whatever. I can't remember the name of the production designer. It was really good. The interior was absolutely So, unlike Russell Davis, it was also bright, warm, and homely. Somewhere where you would actually want to hang out in between adventures. That is also true, right? There was also stairwells and corridors leading off to other areas, and generally gave the impression there was endless space within. Yeah, all this was good. I still prefer season 14. Okay, it was a perfect console for a bow tie and tweed wearing young hipster even though it was a little bit too much, right? Fourth Doctor's TARDIS. See, I would put this behind the 14th Doctor one, right? I mean, I think, okay, the Fourth Doctor's main TARDIS console right up until Peter Davison's second season, albeit with some subtle changes. The additional columns to the walls and made the interior feel slightly more grand. I don't know. So yeah, I just find this TARDIS interior a little bit more dull, right? Honestly, was made it feel slightly more grand, although more ironically squashed together. And on the inside, I mean, what made this TARDIS great was the Doctor, Leela, and K9 hanging out together, right, playing chess and stuff. That's what made it good, right? The Fourth Doctor, Romana and K9 spent a lot of time in the TARDIS playing chess, okay, doing crosswords and being stuck in time loops, orchestrated by a sentient cactus. There was a real lived-in feel to the console room. I tend to... Well, again, it's a feeling of, I think, came from Tom Baker. That reflected Tom Baker's comfortable comfort in the role. All fair. All very fair. It also opened up slightly to reveal Romana's bedroom. Well, listen, I think Tom Baker did also reveal himself in Romana's bedroom quite often. And in the Invasion time, the whole Victoria Hospital was looking... Yeah, that was shite. I'm sorry. Complete with a swimming pool. And again, I don't mind having a swimming pool, but, yeah, this was all shite. It was arguably the biggest TARDIS he had ever looked. I don't know. I don't know at all. However, it was the clearness between the studio-bound scenes and the location footage meant that you could really see the joy, and that's all true. I don't know. Yeah, I will put this a lot further down, frankly. 12th Doctor's TARDIS. I like this one a lot, right? And they say the 12th Doctor and Matt Smith's TARDIS are different. To me, they look pretty much the same. I mean, you have some different clutter. Sure, it's a refit of Michael Pickwood's design for the 50th anniversary. However, he updates the Peter Capaldi TARDIS with enough significant changes. I mean, it's a very different look, but it's very, very the same as well. And again, they wanted to go with a much more sci-fi, submarine-y kind of look with this. With enough significant changes to merit a place on its own on the list. To complement Peter Capaldi's more brooding Doctor, the 12th Doctor's TARDIS wasn't quite as bright and inviting as the predecessor. I liked him having the books there and having the chalkboard, even though he was I didn't like the episode. What was that one? Not Hide. Listen, right? The addition of bookcase and utilizing the gallery as a library allowed for some truly breathtaking scenes. Say what you want about the Forest of the Night. Well, I don't really want to say much about it, but there was but the nice way the camera spins around the TARDIS in a bravura shot, which is rarely seen in similar Doctor Who scenes. It also gave Capaldi heaps of space to move around in. They was very good at flicking switches and playing out his childhood fantasies and quickly becoming the Doctor Who. It's a gorgeous set. And the second best TARDIS interior of the modern era. High praise indeed. Okay, I like this. See, this is my era, baby. I like this one a lot. I do like this one a lot. I will put it back here on the list. To celebrate the 20th anniversary, the TARDIS got a subtle but significant upgrade with to show through to its cancellation. Well, again, you didn't get the walls. In 89, the columns of the Tom Baker console remain, but were reshaped to provide more space. This whole console room worked very well. There was also designed space for the scanner and better for Susan and the Turlet to help Steve watch the Cybermen place explosives around the base of the TARDIS. Right? What should we do now? I mean, he could have flown the TARDIS, Susan, I guess. A brand new console was installed, and I don't know who was more proud of it, the Fifth Doctor or John Nathan Turner. Both were very, very, and it was very cutting edge. Oh, it was so cutting edge. Suddenly, it was so modern. It was a memorable fragment of the time rotor, which ultimately inspired the central tubes of the featuring The new TARDIS from 96 onwards. Yeah, okay, that's true. Also, John Ridgway could draw that one beautifully in the comic strips. It looked fan-freaking-tastic. In what was the sign of things to come, the BBC no longer had to had the set by the time of Sylvester McCoy's final season. That was, well, again, the walls warped along with the 14th season 14 one. That's why the Seventh Doctor TARDIS scenes in Battlefield are shot in front of blankets. I thought it was plywood. Thankfully, well, you know, they had the same thing in the Troughton's TARDIS. I think also with Hartnell, where they had, like, you know, it was printed on some rubber wallpaper, rubber, like heavy latex rubber, right? So it would hang. Flatly, the Doctor would come out bigger and better in 2005, consigning the blanket fort TARDIS into a niche in history. I think they did that quite well. You put this on at number 3. No, this is number 1. This is absolutely the best TARDIS ever. Like, absolutely the best TARDIS. I love this TARDIS. This is perfect, right? This is absolutely perfect of what the TARDIS should be. They got this one 100% right. I love the writing. The light. Also, like the writing. I like the lighting, and I like the control. Was it the thing he's leaning on right now? Everything about this is spot on. The TARDIS era for the 96 movie is absolutely gorgeous. We agree. Although clearly influenced by H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, it also feels like George Verne's console room that Philip Hinchcliffe would have had. Yes, exactly. That's why I loved it. If he had money back in '76, the expansive grand, and it fits the tiny British police plot. It all fits in the tiny British police box. Aside from Paul McGann's reinvention of the Doctor as a romantic hero, the TV movie's stunning console room is another crowning achievement. So what's at number 1? Sure, it's the actual Eye of Harmony being in there, but they retconned that in the Eighth Doctor's book. It said it was a connection to the Eye of Harmony. But Moffat kind of fixed that in season 7 as well. Fine, okay. In doing so, he allowed fans to appreciate what a stunning piece of work that Richard Hoagland's console room is. I agree completely. See if I can find the who was it again? Sylvester McCoy, season 27, TARDIS interior. We have. Oh yeah, here we go. Pictures of it, which I really liked a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna just go grab a bunch of images because I think it's all worth looking at. And it was a model made by, what's the name of the guy? Oh, he still works today. Here's another one. I think that's a CGI recreation. There's a model of it. Yeah, that's the best one. Oh, here's another creation of it. Yeah. So again, it never got made, but I really did like this one, right? Hang on, let me just grab that. Fine. Let me put these. We got 1, 2, doink, 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 doink. Over here. Fine. I'll pull that up in a second. Where are we up to? So yeah, I mean, it's the warmth of the lamplight contrasted by the chilly blue TARDIS in flight. Yeah, again, it all really worked, right? Or in danger is a neat touch. Meanwhile, the grand staircase and the Gothic cloister room gave the Doctor Doctor's Impossible ship a sense of scale that struggled to replicate before and since. I agree. And again, the time rotor, even that's not really time rotor going up to the ceiling, freaking perfect, right? Freaking perfect. Although, given how much the TARDIS set gets bumped around in the time vault, there's all those candles and flames would, well, you know, I mentioned their holographic ones. The 11th seat, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a swizz making this a separate one from Capaldi's, and actually I think this is inferior to. I think Capaldi's was way better, right? The titles of this season though was fantastic. Designed by Michael Pickwood, Matt Davis' second console was utterly stunning. And clean lines, clean line, bright lights, and silver space aesthetic really helped to sell the inside of the TARDIS as infinitely bigger than the exterior. Again, I think Capaldi's did it better. What was the first time that a modern Doctor fully embraced the design potential of the Doctor's ship? It was a spaceship. It was a spacious, futuristic, and absolute stunner. Quite frankly, it was the best Christmas present. And in fact, well, I forgot we got that Christmas special. What one was that? Was that the one with Madge Allwood? Hang on a second. Let me look up for a second. 2012. Again, 2012 Doctor Who Christmas special. What was that one? The Snowman. Okay, fine. That was actually not bad. The first one with Clara. Go back over here. Doink. It retained the multi-floor delay of Matt Smith's original TARDIS, allowing some lovely shots of tinkering on. Yes, I do agree with that. That really worked on the console. Mushroom was, yeah, but it was like they kept that contained. It felt more real, right? It did feel more solid. It felt more solid and real, right? There have and has there been anything cooler than the big silver rotating disc on the top of the time rotor? Again, I think it was better in the. Oh, wait, I don't have a picture. I think it was better in the Capaldi one. It was a time that Stephen Moffat attempted to right the wrongs of the Invasion of Time by revealing the other rooms. The TARDIS library was remarkable, even if the only central TARDIS wasn't. That is fair. And so the number one, I think, is going to go for the original. Is he doing the original as the first one? If he is, kudos to him. Yeah, okay, mate. Hats off to you. Hats off to you for choosing this as the best one. See, this is the thing. Was it Mike Donaldson or whatever his name is? Sometimes he does get it right. The original one, the best. The definite article. The TARDIS console that shows keep harking back to. It is a brilliant piece of design, right, man? This was a terrible bit of casting having what's the name from League of Gentlemen play Patrick Troughton, right? But I don't think. Oh yeah, they did have him in it. Yes, they did. Terrible casting, right? It was not an exaggeration to suggest the original TARDIS interior was key to the show's success. I agree. The Daleks solidified Doctor Who's in mind of viewers, but the moment where Ian and Barbara stumbled into that vast TARDIS was brilliant. Let's watch that clip. That's totally worth watching. I wonder if I don't know if I have a file that will play, but let's find out. Because that is fantastic, right? That I agree is absolutely fantastic. Great piece of directing. They're only AVI files. Dang it, can't do it. Never mind. But yeah, and it was because they're fighting outside the TARDIS. They go in, and you can see the cut, but like it was Ian, I think, that really sells it. He walks in, he's like, "What?" It's 1 second. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube because that's really worth. Doctor Who in enters TARDIS first time. Where? Okay, yes. Let me just download that. Go to YouTube video downloader. YouTube video downloader. Honestly, I think it's what's the name? William Russell's acting that sells it as much as the set, right? 1 second, download. Here it comes. Where are we up to? Doink. We'll look at that in a second. Despite a few of the first Doctor's antiques being shifted around the room, being reduced slightly, this look ensured the 1960s in the decades that followed, and the classic series made some tweaks to the basic look in order to keep up with the changing technology of TV production. It's fascinating that modern Doctor Who never fully embrace this iconic looks. Well, again, I think they really wanted to make it more modern, right? From the minute they recreated the 1960s with Mark Gatter's docudrama Adventure in Time and Space, the classic interior was constantly popping back up. Well, that is true. What was that? I can show the clip. Let's have a look at it in from. Is it Day of the Doctor? No, it was the Doctor Falls. Second. Was it Twice Upon? Was it? Yeah, from Twice Upon a Time. But I love that opening. But where they go inside here. Well, there's a bit where they're sitting down having. Oh yeah.
Hang on, the windows are the wrong size.
Inside, quickly. Take off now. Deep space anyway.
Yeah, it is brilliant. Okay, he's making a fair point.
Is in dire need of a good spring clean.
No, stop. Look at the astral map here. Look at all the lovely blinking lights. Look at that.
Okay, this is why everybody hated that story. I liked it. I'm sorry, I liked it. I thought it was fun. Right? 1 second, downloads. Let's see if we can get where is it? So the bit where Ian like bursts into the TARDIS. Oh, here we go. At last.
What you like?
Oh, it was Barbara's. Yes. Okay. That I'm sorry. That is a brilliant piece of design and direction. I absolutely agree with them. Actually, well, no, I still like the Eighth Doctor TARDIS more. By the way, while we're going over this, let's look at the TARDIS that we nearly had, right? And then we'll finish the article. Yeah, this is the Seventh Doctor's TARDIS from season 27. Mike Tucker made this for the Doctor Who nights. I think was it 1989 maybe, and it was like green screened on. It's a CGI version, and this is a animated CGI. Great little TARDIS. I mean, sorry, it really is. It's a great little TARDIS. I think it would have gone down a tree. Share screen. Let's finish reading this article. Toink. Man, it's late. Oh, I got to get moving. It's fascinating. Okay, fine. From the other TARDIS in Hellbent to Hellbent to the Future's Doctor's TARDIS and the 13th Doctor's Dalek. Oh, that was awful. They all hark back to the brilliant White Room. Maybe shooting Gatwell will once again no. Well, once again embrace the design, a fitting refresh for the show's 60th anniversary. I doubt it, right? I doubt it. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do. But again, they keep talking about doing a TARDIS reveal very, very soon, right? Very, very soon. So I think it's quite important, right? What was it? Chronos Godwise is there. How you doing, Chronos Godwise? Thank you for joining us. Anybody else here in the chat I haven't said hello to? Because I would regret doing that. But yeah, okay. Hopefully we get the TARDIS Zero soon. Fine, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think, I'm not sure, quite probably, I may be live again tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. UK time, and then it's going to go offline, right, until 5 p.m. UK time, where it'll be as a rerun, right? But if you want to catch me live, because I record my Friday show, before Sabbath. Although I am thinking of taking tomorrow off. I got a bunch of content ready to go. On Saturday will be Millennial Rights. I'm definitely back on Sunday. at 5 p.m. We will be doing that Babylon 5 article. I am looking forward to doing a deep dive on that. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I've got nearly 3 hours, so I'm going to wrap up. I think in 10 minutes, Dan's on. Here, let me just pull up the link for his stream. I think he's got a stream on. It's either a stream or a pre-record. I'm not sure. Where is this? Where is it? It's coming up. Oh, here it is. It's this starts in 10 minutes. Okay, you have time to go and make yourself a cup of tea, right? Gird yourself, gird your loins, and make yourself a cup of tea. Head over to Dan, and if you don't want to see Dan, there is so much entertainment on the YouTubes and on the Rumbles. If you're on Rumble, hit the subscribe button. That'll be fan. That'll be double dose. If you're on the YouTube, do the same thing, baby. Do the same thing. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God